Oh, it's working.
Is working?
I think so. Check the link.
Yes, sir. Let's have a look. See if it shows up. There we are.
Hey,
Nice.
awesome. Or can we be heard? I will talk for
I
a
can
bit so you can
hear.
hear if we can be heard. So. Alright.
I can hear both of us.
Oh, awesome. Right. So, yeah, sorry for the delay. I literally had to. Let's see. Hello there, Mr. Chair and Ganymede. Uh, so, yes. Uh, we're doing a hello, and Gren has decided to join us. How lovely. Awesome.
Greetings,
Make this
Gwen.
even better. I'm
Hello.
gonna do a Mass Effect tier list for the characters. Uh,
Do
What
it.
I hate on the Batarians.
we've that was our initial discovery, by
Oh
the way,
shit.
was that most of the
Oh shit. It
Batarians
has
are just
been
assholes in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
well. It has been years since I touched anything Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, I mean it has been for me too. I think the last thing I did was
Yeah.
the legendary, the quote unquote remaster, but it wasn't really much of a remaster to be honest. They basically
Yeah.
just merged
Like,
all the games into one thing
Oh
and
yeah.
upped the
I don't
graphics
think I.
slightly, so and integrated the
I
DLC.
don't even think I.
Yeah,
I don't even think I played that one.
yeah,
oh,
no,
fair.
that's fair. It
I've tried like different times to get into it again, and I've gotten like into the first mission in Mass Effect 1, and that's about as far
So.
as I've come.
yeah.
Hmm. So are you starting with the more difficult one of which one is better of the female and male Commander Shepard?
We should probably save that for its own debate and video, but
you,
or maybe go over that
you
at the
mean
end.
you mean the most controversial? I take it.
Yeah. Well, I do have a bit of a hot take on that. I do think. Let's just go over it quickly now. Fuck it,
Oh
may as well get out of
goddamn!
the way. I do think Jennifer Hale has a better overall performance, but I do still quite like Mark Mear's performance. Like, I don't think it's a bad performance. It's just different. I think his
Yeah,
interpretation of the character is different. I think.
I always
I can
found
agree with
that
that.
I always personally found that when it came to specifically Commander Shepard, it was easier for me to visualize the female protagonist as like a renegade because of
Mm-hmm.
the way she sounded compared to the male one who I had an easier time imagining as the more lawful one.
Yes, that was kind of
Oh,
my
fair.
The
vibe as
Guardian.
well. So
I
Which
always like to.
which I'm sure there's a lot of social commentary you could make about emotional woman spoken on there, but whatever.
Fair.
yeah,
I mean,
there is.
I will admit the performance does lend itself a lot better for a renegade to be a femshep, but I always like to imagine if we're thinking like the base shepherd, I kind of want male shepherd to be an asshole.
Mm,
Not necessarily a renegade, just an asshole.
yeah, that's fair.
Mm. Playing the game, I don't care about politics. I just want to be an asshole. Is the more based way to play it.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, that's Mass Effect to me.
he's a hard
I can
cop
be
who
an
doesn't play
asshole.
by the rules.
Well, I can be an asshole and then I can drink with Garrus.
yeah. Oh yeah, so we'll address the comment. Yeah, there will be no Andromeda characters in this one, don't worry. I couldn't even tell you most of the Andromeda characters. I know
I never
there's the
played it, so I don't know.
Pathfinder and your dad. That's the only ones I really remember. And a couple of the companions I vaguely remember.
I think I know about the Asari and the main character.
OPB and I remember the black guy with the dreads. He's hilarious, some of his scenes.
I wasn't even aware this was a character.
Yes, he is just the human fighter, Chad man, who's with you throughout the start of the game, basically. That's always a
Yeah,
staple in RPGs. You get your Chad human man who's with you right from the start to watch your back, basically.
and in the first one, that was Alenko, right?
Yeah, Caden
Kane
Malenko.
Malenko, yep. And
Yeah.
Jenkins, of course, you can't forget him.
Yes.
The legend.
Yeah.
The boy died
Oh,
on his first fucking mission. Like, so sad. Press F in the chat, fellas.
Living embodiment of the red shirt.
Yes. Right.
Within the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
I mean,
forget.
the most sad thing to do in that mission was dying.
To a couple of Geth drones, yes. Because that's
Yeah.
before gameplay really starts for real. Like, he just dies. So.
Yeah, it's the first combat you ever have in the game.
Yeah. I'm imagining an alternate reality where he survived and became a Chad veteran of Shepard's like adventure in the trilogy. That was just with him all the way. Jenkins. That
I'm
is a weird
imagining,
timeline.
I'm imagining that this timeline where you have like a emotional goodbye with him,
Yes.
where he stays behind on the mission where you have to like leave one of your crew
But
members behind.
But at that
First.
point, he's like Doom guy and just slaughters multiple Reaper like minions on his own.
yeah.
He's that fucking badass.
He just says, "See you later, Shepard."
Yeah.
Just turns around, kicks a fucking enemy down, and then just guns down the rest.
Yeah.
Bruh.
He's like the fucking Halo Reach main character,
Oh yeah.
Rookie, the Rookie dude you play.
Oh yeah.
Right. Let's get into this then, I guess. So we're starting weirdly enough because this list is kind of weird, but it was the best one I could find that had like multiple characters and not just the squad and a handful of others kind of things. So we've
Okay.
got the Quarian admirals, all four of them to start with, which is interesting. So we've got
Oh, alright.
Sharalan, who is like Tali's auntie lady that helped raise her, I guess, when her mother died. I think she's a B tier. Like,
That's fair.
she's
Um,
an alright person for the most part, though she kind of does hide a few things and does some weird cagey stuff. She's not too fond of the Geth, but that's also not really a weird position for most Quarians to have. It's kind of just the
yeah,
norm
I
for
mean, it
most of
makes
them.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
She's probably the most, like, neutral out of all the admirals as well, I would say. Like, sort of conservative one.
Isn't that Darrow Sen though?
Oh, yeah. We'll get into the other admirals, actually, as well, while we're doing this.
The one you put in B there is Darrow Sen, I think.
Oh, is that Zen? That's Morgan? Oh, okay. I thought that was this lady just here.
No,
Because they look very similar. Like, one's just wearing a slightly lighter cloth
Yeah, but
on
I
her
think
suit.
that's Shayla. I think that in C is Shayla, and the one in B right now is Darrow Sen.
Okay. You know what? They can both go in B tier, since we've got
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the downside with some of the Quarians. They look very similar.
You're
aesthetically.
Yeah.
relying on their voice and their personality to carry a lot of it, yeah.
Because Tali's auntie, was she the one voiced by Claudia Black?
No, Zen is the... If this was the Adeptus Mechanicus, she'd be the Xenotech one that wants to experiment on the Geth and do weird science bullshit.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
Super
Yeah,
out there
Geth.
person. So.
I just remember that the way that I differentiated them apart was always always just how dark their colors were, and I remember that Darrow Sen was in my mind very darkly colored compared to the other Aquarians.
Yeah, you might be right on that, to be honest, because even... Yeah, I think you're right there, yeah. So the anti is... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I think you're right now. I think about it because I'm looking at the posture as well, and Zen's doing the whole like kind of more standoffish body language and all that stuff. And yeah, it does make sense they would give her a darker color because she's kind of the character that most people aren't gonna like as much. So
Yeah,
'Cause
she
that's-
was she was the more evil of them, but you know the Quarians were Quarians.
they were kind of complicated, yeah. Well, the thing about the Quarians, this whole, I mean, it's easily my favorite, like, loyalty mission in the game. Like, it's very well put together for the most part. Because it's actually a very political quest as well. Because all the admirals have different political leanings. You learn that like before the trial, like when you talk to them and stuff. Because we've got Han Gerel.
Oh,
So Han Gerel is like the old school conservative kind of dude who just, we're gonna retake the home world and bring our people back home and reclaim our land, a birthright, and all that shit. We're gonna blast those Geth smithereens, fuck 'em. But that was kind of mostly his personality.
I mean,
because the whole thing was that the Quarians' homeworld was destroyed, right?
Kinda,
Conquered or
yeah.
something?
The robots
Or-
rose up in.
yeah.
They became
robot
sentient,
uprising.
and the Quarians panicked and start trying to hit the kill switch on them and kill them. And the Quarians ended
Yeah.
up picking up weapons and fighting back, basically. So
Probably what struck with me the most about him, that kind of designates him as a bit of a chad to me, is him standing up for Tali.
oh yeah, like the guy has good points to him as well. Like, he's not. I don't think any of the admirals are bad people, really. They all just have different goals and personal interests in the Geth and the wider Quarian like conflict, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's again
It
one of my
was-
favorite quests because it's very true to real life politics in a lot of ways. So, like,
Also, it's nuanced.
it's
'cause
very
the thing is,
nuanced. Yes.
you could bring Legion there.
Oh, it is hilarious if you bring Legion there. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Honestly, I think we can put most of the admirals in like B tier because like a lot of them, they're characters that were meant to serve a role in a story rather than being complete in-depth characters all to their own, like the
That
the
being
squad
said,
mates
though,
were.
some are a bit more chad than others.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Coral a little slightly above Hangarl. I think he's, even though everyone doesn't like this guy, I think he's more Chad than most of them. Fuck it, let's put him at the top of B. Because he
He
has
was
the
the,
balls
uh,
to say things even if people don't agree with them, which I like. So
That's true.
Okay, that's
He
fair.
was the he was the one who was very opposed to taking back the Quarian homeworld.
he wanted to try and coexist with the Geth, which was very interesting because he's very
Ooh.
passionate and outspoken about it, which is not a position you would normally expect from someone like that, with that disposition, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah,
Because
he
normally
wanted
people that want
to-
to appease and be peaceful,
Right,
diplomatic.
he was the guy whose position was that he believed that they had the
They had
Geth,
wronged
upon
the
attaining
Geth,
Sentience had as much as a right to exist as
Yes.
everyone else. So he had the credit for colonization of a new world. That
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah, he believed the whole kill switch was wrong and mishandled, and then they fucked
And I
everything
mean-
up. That was kind of his.
I mean, I think
perspective.
that's a pretty like. I think at least I think fighting that firmly for that position, even at the cost of your own species, is pretty Chad in its own.
I think it is too. Yeah, which is kind of why I'm going to put him at the top of the admiral pile because
But you also
I would
kind of,
agree.
but you also kind of have to think about the fact that if you're gonna have that opinion, right?
Yeah.
You kind of also have to think about it in the case of like if like we made a super intelligent AI on Earth and it suddenly gained sentience and it chased us out, who among humanity would have this kind of position?
yeah, not many people
That's true.
honestly. Yeah, it's
I
It's
mean,
like-
it would be rare. It would also be reasonable, but it would be rare as shit.
It would. I mean, reasonable, yes, but it's equally reasonable to say fuck the AI. They chased us out of our own world.
yeah.
Indeed.
Hence why the whole thing's very nuanced in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I like his position. I think his position though of basically going we should colonize another world is a little bit defeatist.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
cucked, to be honest. in
Because
some ways.
he's basically saying we should coexist with them by settling somewhere else rather than trying to diplomatically find our own place on the world which we grew up on.
Yeah,
Indeed.
he might just have that position because he realizes that it was too difficult to convince the rest of the Quarians to go along with his original thing of coexisting with the Geth. Until
Probably.
Shepard
I
comes
mean,
along,
yeah.
maybe it makes that more realistic. So
Yeah, he probably realized that there's probably such a sentiment against the Geth that it wouldn't be reasonable for them to
Yeah.
like live together.
like the reason I like his character as well is because normally a person who's all about appeasement and coexistence, you expect them to be more calm, diplomatic, and timid almost. But he's like full on bluster and passion, and I think that's really cool in a character who has that viewpoint to have them
Yeah.
behave that way. I think that's really interesting. You don't see that in a lot of characters usually.
He's not inherently made to be likable, despite having the more diplomatic
Yes.
position.
Which I think is really cool. Can we put him in A tier,
Yes,
do you
the-
think?
I think he
Yeah.
deserves. We might deserve A tier. He's a very well written character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
and the
kid.
thing is,
His viewpoint
has-
his viewpoint is inherently a bit cocked though. But that's my only point there.
Yeah. That is the
Fair
only
enough.
thing I'd say as well. So.
I mean, yeah, the leaving your own planet bit is kind of cocky. A high B might actually be the best option, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's at the top of the B stack so far. Okay, we'll move on. Turian guy. This, I think, is the fucking general who's Garrus's dad in Mass Effect 3.
Adrian? Adrian?
Something
fuck you
like
said his
that, yeah. I think he
I
just
don't-
goes in C or D tier because he doesn't really do anything. He's just there. Like, yeah, I'm the leader of the Turians now, and I'll support you, Shepard, because you're a cool dude, and I realize we're trying to do the right thing or whatever.
Yeah, I
that's
can't
all.
remember much about him.
I don't
I
either. Yeah.
must admit, I've never played Mass Effect 3, so I...
Oh wow, really? That'll be
Yeah, I
interesting.
played 1, 2, never played 3,
Interesting.
so far anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember this guy's name fully. He
It was
fulfills
like
his purpose in the plot, and that's it, really.
he was the guy who had command during the war summit,
Yes.
and that's all I remember about him. Because he was basically the person that his role in the story was making sure that we win the war summit discussions.
Yeah,
Was
basically.
what I remember about him. He just needed us to do something first.
Yeah. It was basically help the Palavan out first, the capital of Turians, and then I'll help you take her.
Yeah.
That was it. So yeah. Oh, Anderson. There he is.
Yes! The
Keith
king!
David. A or S
Right
tier,
way.
somewhere like that, I think, yeah.
At least an A tier.
Yeah. Maybe an S later on. I mean, he's with you throughout the whole game, has a fantastic voice actor.
He's like your biggest backer. Like he's cheering you on the whole fucking time, and he's making sure like you got options.
He's pretty badass. Like, he could pretty much, if they did a prequel game, be like a character in that you could play as, maybe. Because he's pretty much
Actually-
as big of a badass as Shepard was back in the day, so.
Like if anything, he's Shepard's more diplomatic counterpoint.
kind of.
He helps humanity on the diplomatic side, while Shepard is like paving the way, well, both militarily and like
He is your biggest advocate in the Alliance,
Um,
basically.
yeah.
And with all the contents I've seen on YouTube, so I really want like a Mass Effect style game, but it's literally just like rather than psionic fucking technology and stuff like that. It would be really funny if the only thing we had was like technology that just made everything that makes humans, good, just went better.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So like one of our greatest inventions was like a hyper technological spear thrower.
Yep. Fling rocks at people fast.
And that is enough to make us a massive threat intergalactically, as other creatures just can't take the punishment we get.
Yeah.
Not the rocks.
Bro. Hell yeah. Keith David is the GOAT. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's not much to say about him. He's just a cool dude in the games, pretty
Yeah.
much. So.
I
Okay.
mean, like, yeah, David has that voice.
Yes.
Fucking-
Aria, however you say her name, forget it.
Uh,
I personally find her a bit of an edgelord, but I'm welcome to hear prose about her. Like,
that was,
you have a counterpoint.
it was the I am Omega bitch.
yes, that's the one line she
Alright.
says that makes her kind of a meme. Yeah, it's very
Right,
gratuitous because it like zooms in on her face and all that, and it's
I mean,
you're supposed to take her seriously,
like-
and I'm like,
I mean, she's like a bad bitch, but isn't that all she is?
yeah, pretty much. Like, that's not terrible in of itself. It's also not that impressive either. Some kind of like C or
It's
D
like-
territory.
I can't remember
Yeah.
anything that makes her stand out except for the fact that she was like the pirate queen and she's just a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Which and she had like I think it was like mentions and stuff, and you could find out stuff that she had a pretty difficult past, but it wasn't
Of
like it
course.
made her any more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bravado, but not a lot of substance.
I mean, they made a whole fucking lame DLC about her in the third game as well. Like, take back Omega. I'm like, why? I don't give a fuck. The Reapers are, burning my home. I don't care about Omega. Fuck me. We can sort that out later.
Pirates!
But pirates, guys, you need the pirates on your side to fight the Reapers. Okay.
Like she was supposed to be, she was just made to be impressive, but there wasn't actually any substance for why I think she's impressive other than she's impressive. So I don't know. She could go in D&E for all I care, personally.
Yeah.
Her backstory's tragic. How can you not think she's a badass?
But guys, come on. It's like- yeah, I'll put her in low DC for now, and that's me being generous at the minute. She might drop down later. We'll see. She's just kind of there, unfortunately. Some people would love this character, like this would just be their jam. But
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, it's like, whatever.
She's
there's
not
probably
enough
some answer there.
depth for me.
Okay.
Yeah, thing is,
Yep.
you can make a character seem very cool, but thing is, unless there's substance to it.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, Captain Bailey of the New York Police Department. No. he is just every noir police chief captain in space, but in space. I mean, it works, honestly.
It was like, oh yeah, Bailey, Officer Bailey.
Yeah. I think he does well because he was only introduced in Mass Effect 2, and you still kind of like him in 3. He has your back when C6 gets randomly attacked by fucking Cerberus and that stupid. Yeah, Mass Effect 3 has a lot of dumb moments in it. Yeah.
I can't remember him very well.
He is. I forgot his name for a while until like a few days ago, and I went, "Oh yeah, that's Bailey, right?"
It's
He's-
like
Yeah.
is like I can't remember much about him other than the fact that he was like a hard-boiled detective kind of type of character.
Yeah.
And because of that, he's kind of in the same position as Bad Bitch Lady.
Ooh, interesting. We could put him
Because
just in high
he
C,
doesn't really
yeah.
have any substance to me
I mean,
either.
Yeah, top of C would probably be fair.
There's
Actually.
that, and also, if we're thinking like cop characters, I feel he's trumped by Garrus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's better cop characters than him, I suppose.
But I mean, when we get to Garrus, he's probably going to go in like 8 tier at least. So
Yeah.
Of course.
I did like Bailey, but he is a bit of a cliche. He's just like the mirror's on my ass, and I gotta clean up the city, and like that kind of.
We'll say though,
Hopefully.
it's always a bit of fun.
Yeah,
he's a fun character. He's executed better than Bad Bitch Lady, but he doesn't really have much more depth than her.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He at the very least talks a little bit about his personal life more than she does. He goes, "Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
family back on Earth and all that shit, and it's tough being a cop in a space station."
I'm feeding my family. Can't see them more than twice a generation.
Yeah, that's always the line. I want to see them more.
I went away when my kids were 2 years old,
Oh,
and now I won't see them until they're 20.
he is voiced by Doc Mitchell and General Tullius, so that's cool, I
Oh
guess.
shit! Nice.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, spicy one next.
Oh, is that
William
Ashley?
Ashley. Ooh.
Yeah. The space race.
That's what everyone calls her. She's not even that racist. That's the thing.
It's
What do you
her.
mean?
She does say the
That's
whole,
the
the worst line is the whole, what was it? Oh, it's like animals wandering around up here. What the fuck? When they're like walking around the promenade
I mean,
or whatever.
she
it is.
has some really savage. She has some really savage moments, but they do. Like some people really do overplay her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah.
overstated at times. Like, because the interesting counterpoint to it is when you speak to the Terra Firma Party bros, like later on in Mass Effect 1, she will call them all bigots and racists, which was quite interesting and like and illuminating for a character. Like, she doesn't agree with them, and they're like the whole Terra should belong to humans and only humans, no aliens, get them all off. And she's like, whoa, 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 calm down.
So
So that's
the
interesting.
the thing about it for me is I think she's well written for what she is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say
But but she very much is just the police academy girl.
Yeah, kind of. She is just,
Okay.
I'm a tough Marine, sir, and I'll fucking deck anyone that says otherwise. Yeah.
Like she's
I
like
will say though, in terms of the quote unquote space racism, let's just say her view on aliens being this complex,
Mhm.
that is almost a bit divisive in of itself because a lot of people can't comprehend it.
Yeah, because it's a
It's
nuanced
quite
viewpoint.
interesting.
Yeah.
He's also, the thing that stands out to her with me is the fact that she is a character in the games that is just actually religious and makes a
Yes.
point out of being religious.
True.
That is another unique viewpoint
Like
to it.
that was the part of her that actually stood out to me. That she is like a sort, but she very much is just like the paladin
Yeah.
character, right?
Sort of.
Paladin is a little bit
I'd
spicy in
say
some ways. Yeah.
she's kind of the, I guess, all American, like the human character.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Yeah,
kind of
she's
like
supposed
maybe-
to represent like the stereotype type of a human, if you could call it that.
Yeah.
she is kind of the humanity fuck yeah character in a way. Yeah. But not
Yeah.
to the extreme of like Terra Firma or
Yeah, no.
Cerberus and stuff like that.
She's just kind of like she's supposed to be very human, and I think it's executed very, and I think it's executed well enough. But it's also very much a case of that she came across to me anyway as just like she came across to me as if she was designed to be someone you could roleplay as as your police academy crush. That was what she came across to me at the time. when I
Yeah,
first met
it's
her.
your co-worker that
Yeah.
you fancy kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, the
I can see
inappropriate
that.
thing of I'm your captain, you're my subordinate. Let's have a fling, kind of, because
Yeah.
that's their
Yeah,
romance
yeah.
basically. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that is kind of the romance.
I
I think she
could
deserves a
probably
low
go
A
in-
at least. We might move her to
Yeah, I
B
think she can.
potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can go in A.
Yeah.
She's well written enough. I don't know if she got. I think that they needed to elaborate a bit more and actually make more of a point of her whole like prejudice not really being properly understood by her herself. I think, which I don't think they ever really did.
Yeah,
Well,
like
what I wish they'd done is that they make a point of her being misunderstood in her views. and
Yeah.
kind of having to clarify them.
That's what I would have wanted to see as well. Just kind of like she clearly has a lot of views and is very human in the way she is, but it never gets brought up properly and in depth enough.
Yeah, I feel there's a lot of very human paradoxes in her views, but you never unpack them and explore them.
Is that a oh is that that's a villain. That's a villain coming up next.
Oh yes, Balak, the Batarian terrorist man.
Terrorism.
Me and Pastor were talking about earlier before we started, about how, like, I kind of almost feel sorry for the Batarians at times because they're just presented as such assholes and they always get their
Yeah.
ass kicked all the time. They are just the whipping
It's-
boy of the franchise. It's like, god damn, bro.
It's I don't think he deserves a very high spot because he is interesting in the worst way possible. Because it's like he, unlike other Batarians, right?
Yeah.
Actually is actually like really like fanatic and fundamentalist in his
Mhm.
hatred for humanity. But he's still just as bad as other Batarians. He's just very fun. He's just very fanatic about it.
Yeah. I was
It's
saying
just
to
like
Pas-
the worst way to be different from the rest of them.
Oh yeah, I was saying to Pasta, it's even better if you play as Shepard and pick the war hero background. Because you contrast each other so well as characters, because you're like a war hero who fucking slaughtered loads of Batarians defending a human planet.
Yeah, so many Batarians.
And I think he mentions that, your character can also mention it, like, a little bit, like, yeah, I fought all you dirty Batarians before and all this shit. And it's just like, damn the race.
It's kind of like imagining yourself as a Navy SEAL confronting Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. It's just like, geez, this
Like
this
the
is
whole.
so hammy.
I'm trying to remember what it was. The whole like asteroid X-57, which is like his whole deal, right?
Yeah, he's gonna send an asteroid to blow up this
Yeah,
human
yeah.
colony.
The other Batarians, right? The other Batarians were just there to get some slaves.
Yeah,
But
just for
he
some money and booty.
specifically
Yeah,
was going to crash the asteroid.
yeah, he
really
like coerces. He kind of pulls them all along, like, no, we're gonna make terrorism. Like, whoa, boss, it's too far, boss.
But I just want slaves.
Like I don't like, yeah, because you can convince one of his lieutenants, and he's all like, yeah, like I hate humans, but I don't want to mass genocide them. I'm not that fucked up in the head, which is really interesting.
I mean, that's very realistic.
Yeah.
There are degrees of hatred.
Yes, absolutely.
Also the practicality, they'd definitely be all for enslaving humans. Just killing humans? That's a waste of living tissue.
Yeah.
It is. But I mean, he
Uh.
doesn't deserve higher than D, in my opinion.
I'll put him above
that's
Arya
fair.
because he's a bit more interesting than Arya.
I guess.
I mean, he is Mass Effect's answer to some bin
Oh,
Laden.
do you know what would have been way better if he was the crime king of Omega and you had to deal
Oh,
with
that would
him?
be funny.
That would have been
He's
really
super
fucking
racist
funny.
to you, but you still have to suck up to him to get something
It would have
from
been
him.
really fun. It would have been really funny if, like, bad bitch over here had been the terrorist instead.
Arya just hates you.
Oh, what they could have fucking done, instead of making her fucking pirate queen, they turn her into fucking female incel.
Whoa.
I can't get.
Oh my god.
I love the idea. I would have loved the idea if her whole motivation was a fucking human rejected me once, so I'm gonna kill all of them.
God, BioWare would not have the balls to write things spicy
No,
on
they
that.
wouldn't.
No. That'd be
It
amazing
would have
though.
been
jeez.
really fucking funny if they did though.
Oh yeah.
Fucking femcel ahead of her time.
Okay, so next we've got a Volus. All the Volus, same problem. The Quarians, they all look the same character model, so I don't know who. I'm guessing this is the guy who works for the Shadow Broker. It's either him or the Bionic God one. Like,
I always think of I always think it's a Volus, they're posh. They're
Yeah.
kind of funny, but I always feel like, well, I offended him somehow by existing, and I feel he insulted me a
I
lot of times.
I always think the Volus look like mole people for some reason. I think just because they're shaped like
Oh,
that
yeah.
for some reason.
They,
It is
they
inc-
definitely have that shape.
Yeah.
It is incredible that Bioware always unintentionally manages to recreate the British.
the Vol the Volus are the British. That's kind of funny. The British East India Company.
Yeah, they kind of have that poshness to them.
Well, the
That's
interesting
stereotypical.
the interesting thing about them is they are a client, like vassal species of the Turians of all people. So the Turians
Yeah.
beat the shit out of them in combat one day and said, "You can be our bankers, little mole people." Like, oh, and merchants. Oh,
What?
okay.
The merchant clans.
Yeah, the merchant clan. I'm putting him in who because I don't know which
Yeah.
Volus he is, so that seems fair.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
me neither.
Oh, is this the Solarian who's the mad science man who's cutting up people and doing organ harvesting?
Is the
In Mass Effect 1. There's like a side quest in Mass Effect 1 where you gotta find him. It's Garrus's side quest in Mass Effect 1.
Ah,
Oh.
you mean like what was it called? What was he called?
I don't know his name, but yeah, I know the guy and what he was doing.
Dr. Sal? Something?
Yeah, something. It began with S, I think. So let me see if the chat says anything. Oh, nothing. All right. I'll put him in E or F tier because he at least furthers Garrus's character, I guess, in a way. that I could give him props for that. But other than that, he's very unremarkable. He's just some evil asshole. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Look who's next.
Oh.
The meme, Blasto.
Oh,
The jellyfish man who's a famous action hero actor.
alright.
It'd be funny to
Yeah.
just leave him in Who, because
Yeah,
who the fuck cares?
gag.
He's just a
Gag
gag
character.
character, yeah. It's like, oh, but guys, it's funny, a jellyfish with dual-wielding pistols and being a Chad and fucking bitches. I don't know. Whatever.
Next up, a Batarian. I don't know.
Yeah, a Batarian.
I
God,
don't know.
who the fuck? Who? I think that's
Batarian.
Arya's, like, second in command, I think. I'll put him in F, just 'cause.
Yeah, because I see that image, and the only thing I can like imagine is a Batarian insults you and tries to shoot at you.
Calls you the N-word and then shoots you. Yeah. There
Yeah,
should have been a
basically.
slur for humans that the Batarians used about like an N-word. That would have been funny as hell.
Oh fuck yeah!
Fucking batty.
Yeah. Okay,
Not,
an
not
L.
even, not even.
No, I know
standardized
it,
one,
I
just
know
the
it.
One that
I know
Batarians
it.
call humans.
You fucking batter.
Fucking hell. Alright, we have Eeyore the Elcor.
Oh,
Yes.
Ooh,
I mean-
Respectfully.
I love a tree bear.
Please.
yeah, he's fun. It's chill.
I'll put him in E tier. Whatever.
Sure.
He's kind of funny, but who gives a fuck? The funniest bit is in Mass Effect 3 where he says that they serve as like mobile weapon platforms. That's their role in combat. People
That's,
strap heavy weapons to them, and it's fun.
I always love when these like fantasy or these sci-fi universes make a species that literally could not fight for shit.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
always
just,
love the idea of trying to figure out how the fuck did all of you work out.
yeah, how do they survive and be all the predators on their world? Yeah.
Sure, humans aren't exactly the most efficient fighters in the animal kingdom, but we didn't need to be. We found our way to do it.
Yeah, well, we have lots of other advantages than just like strength and endurance. Well, endurance is
What-
probably our biggest attribute, actually, out of all the
Yeah,
elves.
It does-
endurance and ranged weapons.
Yeah,
for the
just
most
using
part.
tools in general made us pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
It does present an interesting proposition that they weren't necessarily the ones who made them the dominant species. That
Oh.
somebody else did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ancient aliens
Oh shit.
in space.
Okay. So Eeyore the Elcor's done. The stupid Star Kid from the ending of Mass Effect 3, he goes in Who immediately at the back of Who, because
Yeah.
Oh
fuck him.
no, S tier. Of course, it's S tier. It just
S tier.
stands there. Just...
Oh,
I'm
Catalyst.
fucking kidding.
No. No,
No
he is
fucking way.
like a literal Deus Ex Machina device of a character.
Yeah.
He's a really bad
I
one
mean,
at
he's
that.
just-
Like,
He's just there for exposition.
and it's terrible exposition that makes no sense
Yeah.
and just makes the story
Yeah.
makes your head hurt when you listen to it. 'Cause like, wow, the writer is
It's
just
insane,
vomiting out rubbish that doesn't
Oi,
connect.
What the
like.
fuck is this? And the worst fucking part is like, oh, the Reapers are a natural process.
I like how
The
Pasta hasn't
Reapers-
even finished Mass Effect 3 and he hates this more than we
Oh
do.
no, it was like the catalyst was man, I have never experienced a scene that made me want to erase the last several many hours I
Yes.
spent playing the game.
God.
It
Yeah.
was basic because a lot of it was basically the writers saying, so anyway, this trilogy has been a complete waste of time on your part.
Oh
Sorry."
yeah, yeah.
Indeed, because it feels like you're out there, about to finish the fight. You reach the light, about to hit the big bad, and you're brought into a boardroom, and they just say, "So,
Did you enjoy the
got three
simulation?
options.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy the simulation? Here's 3 colors.
Pick the one you
Yeah,
like.
everything you did was for nothing.
I mean, honestly, if
this
they
is a natural thing, and it's gonna happen with or without you.
I see
But
the
you
whole
can
the
choose
whole
the color
narrative.
you like.
See the whole narrative of these things are a natural process that the universe relies on isn't necessarily a bad one. But why the fuck would you put it as the final conclusion to a trilogy of effort on the player's part?
Yeah, it just comes out of
mean-
nowhere, no foreshadowing. Literally, the writers didn't know how to end the whole story, so they just pulled this shit out of their ass. Like, that's literally what happened.
Honestly, it would have been more nice for them to explore it in, say, the Leviathan DLC.
Whoa.
Rather than just bring you into a boardroom and just so
Listen,
sit down.
If they wanted to do that narrative, then the better narrative they could have. This is better for a different stream, of course. But the better thing they could have done was literally just go so you have, by doing this, you have saved the universe right now. But now you are going to be faced with the fact that this was a natural process that you have now defeated. Congratulations. You will have to guide the universe to surviving without it.
Yeah. There's definitely
Alternatively,
ways.
it would have been very fascinating, fun, and kind of bittersweet if basically we took out the Reapers, and then it's kind of elaborated that you just took out the immune system of the universe.
Hmm.
Congrats. Rather than it being well, the immune system is here, and yeah, you can tell them to go fuck off.
I mean, would there be a more humanity fuck yeah ending than humanity having to take up the position as the new immune system of the universe?
Oh, yeah. Damn.
True.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Even if it's
It would
a solemn sort of never-ending duty that will eventually have humanity become as heartless a threat as the Reapers were. At the very least, it's cooler. It's cooler than. By the way, this doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it would be fucking badass.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Man,
you just took out the big bads.
There's-
Now you kind of have to take up this position.
now you
So-
kind of have to become them one day.
There are so
Yeah.
many multiple ways this trilogy could have been handled story-wise that would have been more
Unfortunately,
satisfying.
BioWare wrote it.
Yeah, and unfortunately BioWare just couldn't be bothered to actually put any effort into coming up with something decent. They were just like, fuck it.
Yeah, because I'll be
We're
honest,
running out of money and
uh,
time, let's
Bi-
just end this shit. That was, I think, all that happened.
BioWare was not at its strongest point when they wrote that, and it seemed like they just wrote themselves.
Well, they got rid of Carpathian
And
like
they lost-
halfway through the trilogy, and his whole pitch was that the Reapers were going to have his idea was the dark energy thing, where the Mass Effect gates were, polluting and destroying the universe or whatever as the gates were being used, so they needed a period to cool down, which is why the Reapers come in and kill everyone to stop the gates being used for a while. It's a little silly still, but it's a little bit more plausible than this absolutist thing of synthetics will always kill organics. And we're synthetic
Yeah.
ourselves, guys. Oh, okay. This makes no
Okay.
sense. But yeah, fuck the Star Child. Not literally, of course.
Yeah,
But
fuck,
him in who?
fuck him and the boardroom he
Yeah.
wrote in on.
It's an AI. It's older than me. Fuck you.
Okay, another
Alright,
Batarian.
Batarian.
Just put him in
Yes.
F. I don't know who the fuck. Actually, I'll put him in who?
There should have been shoot them in the face tier.
Yeah,
We could place
Batarian
like
tier.
most of the Batarians. Yes.
I mean, like, I don't want to say that like all Batarians are bad, but come on, the game literally tells me they're all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never been a good Batarian.
Yeah,
Prove us wrong.
I literally can't think of a Batarian character that's
yeah, and I can.
good. It's so sad. Like, maybe there's a shopkeeper somewhere that's, like, dying of the plague. But we don't even know if he was a good person. That's the thing. We just save him and he
Hello,
thanks us.
I am dying. Would you please buy me the medicine? Oh, you
Vaccine.
bought the medicine? Thanks, sucker.
Yeah.
That's
Now
what's
I can go home to all of my slaves.
Any-
It's all human.
And any bros still in chat, tell us if there's a good Batarian in the Mass Effect trilogy. We want to know.
That's the biggest argument.
Even if it's just a bum on the street or a shopkeeper or something like that, I want to know if he was actually decent.
Is there
Prove
even
my
a
racism
single-
wrong. It's the only way I'm gonna be less racist.
Like, the only guy I can think maybe is, like, one of Arya's goons, maybe. But they're probably not even good people either, so fuck it.
No.
They're pirates, so... They're just
Sexist.
slightly less racist. That's just all I can think
What's
of.
that screenshot? What is that picture?
Oh god, it's some Krogan talking to an Asari. Who?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. A Solarian. I think this is the captain of the STG squad in Mass Effect 1 and then in 3 that help you.
Oh my god, Solarians all look the fucking same.
Yeah.
They don't have a distinct
It gets worse later on. I'll put him in D tier because he's like kind of a badass soldier, but that's it. Fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
oh god. I'm
What
assuming
the fuck?
direct control.
Oh, it's him.
Oh,
Yes!
right.
There he is. I think he's either E or F
Harbinger.
tier, actually. He's...
So was
I-
there
I-
much
I
of a
don't know,
character
like-
to it?
There's no character to him, he just has a cool voice. That's about it, and he's a meme.
I will say though, it was
Maybe
kind
D.
of funny too that just like he shows up out of nowhere and it's like, that's a
This
fancy
hurts you.
motherfucker. I'm gonna kill him.
I mean, he probably deserves DRC just for coolness factor.
I
There's no
guess,
character
yeah,
to him.
to be fair.
Oh, that's
Actually,
fair.
let's put him above
There is
Arya.
Yeah,
There
sure.
is- yeah, there's
cooler
than
some
Arya.
awesomeness to him than Area,
Because
but no more than that.
he
yeah.
is just the I'll get you next time gadget, man. Like, he just sounds like that.
Yeah, I mean he's basically just the heavy
He's the cartoon
with, like-
evil man, yeah.
possession.
I'll give him that just for swag, yeah. He does have the cool, like, lens flare with his eyes as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
It's coolness factor.
Another
yeah, he has
Solarian...
coolness factor. He has no substance, but he
That's
does
not-
have a coolness factor.
That's not the Solarian party member, so I don't really care about him.
Yeah, it's another Solarian
Yeah, it's
soldier.
not
but
more than souls.
they go in the D tier.
They go in the above who tier.
Yes.
It's a Solarian. Unless they invented the genophage or they're modern, I don't really
Yeah.
care too much.
Yeah.
I did like the idea that the thin, live, scientific, hyper curious race all have like badass special forces soldiers. I always thought that was a cool like thing.
That was cool, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put them in D. Oh, Conrad Werner, the living beam.
Conrad.
Putting him in Who would be funny, but that's a bit disingenuous.
Yeah. That was like.
You
what was
know-
that again?
He's the guy who fanboys over you in all the games.
Oh.
I kind of think he deserves a decent rating, though. That's the weird thing. Because he has some interesting moments, like... Because he fanboys over you
He's the
so
adoring
much.
fan of the Mass Effect games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is the adoring fan, yeah, of Mass Effect. Because he has some
Well,
interesting
fucking
dialogue when you talk to him, because he kind of is like a example of if you're so much of a fanboy, it becomes detrimental to your real life, and I think that's an interesting story thing, even though he's a joke, you know? Like, still, there's still something there that's interesting.
He's probably fine in low B.
Yeah, low B,
He's
fuck it,
probably
yeah.
fine. He has a character to him.
Yeah. Like, because he is just starts out as some guy in the street, but then you learn more about him, and you talk to him and go, oh, this guy has mental issues. It's like, oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And you can try to help him along and fix him, or just make fun of him and be a dick.
Yeah, I kind of like that you can put him on a lot of different
On a good path, yeah.
No, you can definitely send him on some bad paths too.
Okay, I'm confused. Is this the same lady?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think it's one of the matriarchs, but I
Because
think
the one on the
there's-
right is the counselor. I don't know who the one on the left is. Who?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh.
I can't.
Fucking.
She's got almost the same like
Yeah.
face makeup. It's just not on her lower lips or whatever, like the counselor has.
Yeah, no, I don't know who that is, but that's the counselor.
Yes. I think the Asari counselor is either C or B. I like
She's
the
got-
counselors in Mass
Yeah,
Effect characters.
Yeah.
Because again, they bring kind of nuanced real life style politics into it.
They do bring a lot of contrast, and a lot of them are fairly nuanced once you look into like the reviews.
Yeah, because you
But a
gotta.
lot of the time, they will counteract humanity.
Well, this is the thing about them. It's like whenever you speak to them and they're dicks to you, you have to bear in mind they are responsible for not only their own species' interests, their entire race's interests, but all the other races' interests as well, because they're part of a galactic council. So, yeah, like, you know, they are dicks to you sometimes, but there's also a lot at stake they have to worry about and consider. So it's kind of like, I get why they think that way sometimes. They are annoying, definitely, though, occasionally. So,
People think-
yeah.
I'll-
You
can
got
probably do
the.
I'll
I
put,
think it might be the replacement. Let's see. Yeah, because you got the original counselor and then the replacement counselor.
oh, you're right. Yeah, because there's a replace. What the fuck? Okay, all the replacement
Yeah.
counselors go into fucking Who tier, because fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, they're just carbon copies
Yeah.
of the same character, more or less. So.
I mean, yeah, basically, it's just like, oh, you let them die, so here's an XP of them. Here's basically the same character.
Like, it's
Ish.
so lazy. They just took the same character model and reskinned it, like retextured it. That's all they did with the alternate council. Like, I don't even know why they bothered with Anne 3, to be honest, like replacing the counselors.
Yeah, yeah, there's some slight personality differences,
hmm
I guess.
They're just more cold towards you
Yeah.
because you killed the last
But-
counselor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Who's the
except
next
for
guy?
the Turian, apparently.
Oh, is the Turian drastically different?
apparently he's a bit nicer.
Really, the replacement Turian?
Yeah.
I guess he's cowed by the fact that you killed the previous Turian leader. Maybe.
Yes, so
Maybe it's like, maybe it's just thinking, if I don't agree with him, he'll kill me.
Which is weird from a Turian, because the Turians are all like military bros. So you think they'd be a bit more fuck this guy. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, so next up is the Taurian Council. guy?
Yeah, he kind of goes in the same spot as the Asari one.
Yeah.
Like, I do
Also,
like
I'm
him.
pretty
A lot of
sure-
people.
I'm pretty sure Glowy Eyes is the Collector General, right?
Yeah.
Now that I think
That's
about
the
it.
original.
Is Harbinger on here?
Um,
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, Harbinger. That's a Collector General, like the bug guy who was under mind control by the Harbinger, right?
Yes, yeah, by proxies, yeah.
Oh yeah, because, because that's the yeah, because you got Harbinger and then the mind control. puppet
So we can
of
put them
Harbinger?
side by side because it's the
Kinda.
same character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
it's literally the same
I don't even know
character.
why this list is kind of fucked in some ways, because there's just a lot of
I mean,
bullshit.
it's
That is
kind of not. I mean, it's kind of not because I distinctly remember like the Collector
Kind of
General
fucking
gaining a
funny.
bit of like the Collector General gaining a bit of like sentience when
Oh,
the
at the
Harbinger
end.
was disappointed with him.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, fuck.
But it's like it's basically the same character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally possessing the dude. Of course, it's the same dude.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Right. Solarian Counselor goes in the same spot as those three. Fuck it. They're all... I do like the
they're-
counselors, but they're whatever. Like, they're in C.
They're
They
they're
serve the
definitely
plot.
characters.
Oh god, who the fuck is this?
Who?
Who?
Is that a shop? Is that a shopkeeper guy? No, it's not.
It's just
Who is
some
he?
old human guy. Who the fuck? I'm thinking he's the guy. I keep thinking
It's a
he's the
human.
guy that's like leering at
Do we give
female
him
shit.
points for being human?
Give him points.
We can be racist and put him in F for being human.
There you go. Fuck him. Another Volus. I'm guessing this is the banker Volus, and the other one was the biotic god. I'll put the banker Volus in E next to the Elcor man, because that seems appropriate. Because both the
I
ambassadors
mean, he's
shared
a
an office.
Volus. I expect him to act. He's a Volus. So I expect him to act part.
Who is next? Is that Kelly Chambers, or is that the... No, that's the old lady from the Arrival DLC, right?
Oh,
The horrible science AI lady who's like, I'm sorry, Shepard, I'm being mind controlled by the Reapers. I have to kill you now. Oh no. F tier, like what a useless character. Like I don't remember that.
That's
Oh, this is the
forgettable.
lady that gave Garrus
Place them
chocolates.
who-
Remember the
Oh,
redhead
nice.
Russian doctor lady in Mass Effect 1? You go to her clinic and Garrus is there and he's like shooting bad guys, and that's his badass intro.
oh yeah,
And she kind of has a thing for Garrus, I think, kind of. So
yeah.
I'll put her in D tier. She's okay.
Speaking of badass doctors,
She does take
Doctor-
over as the doctor of the medical wing
Oh,
in
what's
like
her name?
Mass Effect.
Chloe something.
Something like that, yeah. It's like she had some like vaguely Eastern European like voice acting or whatever, so it's just like, you know. I think she can be a medic on the Normandy actually if Dr. Chakwas. Oh, there's Dr. Chakwas. Yeah, she's not with you. So, what do we think about Dr. British old MILF Gilf lady? What do we think?
I think she's like she's
Conrad
a decent
Vert?
like shit.
I think she's like
kind
B.
of B. Yeah, she's a nice B.
She's good at her
Like,
job. She's
she's a
nice
nice.
to you.
She does not offend.
Yeah, you can have
as
some
a
nice
character anyway.
interactions with her.
Yeah, she has a lot of interesting insights
Yeah.
if you ask her about stuff. She even kind of helps you if you're having like mental issues, like, oh, I'm a cyborg now, and she's all like, ah, well, you
Yeah.
should, not let yourself be too many renegade points, or your scars will show through.
Oh
Yeah. I like that, like, at certain moments you can sit down and have a drink with her, and
Yeah,
you can get, like, sort of a fucking Star Trek-y relationship with, Kirk and, what's his name?
Bones, yes.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like that, yeah. Well, Mass Effect 1 was heavily
Definitely like
inspired
that.
by Star Trek in general, so.
Yeah.
That's not Solus, right?
Oh,
No,
this
that's not Morden.
is Morden's assistant, I think, in the STG, one of his buddies.
Hmm.
I'll put him in D with the other Solarian STG members.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh god, we've got two
EDI
ED.
with a body.
We have ED and robot
Yeah.
femme fatale body, or ED as computer on ship.
Wait, is that ED or is that that ED?
Maybe
Yeah, that
that's
is
an
ED.
evil AI thing I'm thinking of.
No, that's ED.
That's Edie.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
regular. That's just regular. That's just. Wait, what the fuck? They listed two ED.
I don't know why they listed them both. Like, they should just left
What?
them
What?
separate.
How is
think
ED? How is
I-
ED
I-
with body significantly different from ED without?
I guess if you're doing this
I
as a
guess
hotness
it might-
tier list, maybe. I don't know.
I guess it might be supposed to be like Edie's body before Edie takes it. I guess
Uh,
the fucking
Uh,
assassin bot.
well, the Cerberus assassin lady, the android lady.
yeah,
I mean, ED is an interesting character as far as AI goes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't.
I can't remember that much about her because Mass Effect 3, where she's really active, didn't really stick in my mind that well.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest decisions in Mass Effect 3 was to make her a permanent squad member, which was a
know.
really
Yeah.
weird change.
I'd say it's like I don't know. I don't know. I might just be biased, but I always felt that she ended up the way she was because people wanted to fuck the robot.
That's my
Yeah,
view on it as
100%.
well.
I 100% reckon that's why she became a companion.
Yeah, I
it's
think
like-
people were just gooning over it and thought, oh yeah.
I don't think now, to their credit, I don't think she's significantly different between her embodied version and her regular AI version.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like it
didn't hurt the character
just,
too much. Yeah, like
yeah, they literally just gave her a body so people could goon over her. So I don't really. I guess it's fine.
it was
Yeah,
also
I think
it was
a
in-universe
lot of
fan service for Joker as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I think a lot of people lived in like thinking, "Oh, I'll be like Joker. I'll have Edie as my ship girlfriend or some shit."
To wag me off in the cockpit when I'm flying. Yeah, like, bro. What the
Oh,
fuck? Yeah,
oh
because she's
God.
literally the co-pilot of the ship as well, so she could literally just reach over and jack him off when they're fucking flying in combat.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They also argued a
That's
lot.
a picture I didn't need in my fucking head.
Yeah, they had like relationship drama as well, and she's constantly asking Shepard, "How do I date a man?" And Shepard's like, bruh, okay, so you do it.
I'm a human. I don't know how
Edie!
non-people do it.
Edie, that is not what a cup holder is for.
But Joker said,
Oh yeah. No, don't listen to that gooner, Edie. He's full of shit. Trust me, I bang all the ladies. I know what I'm doing.
like, as far as wanting to fuck a robot is concerned, Edie is not a bad character. Anyway.
Yeah, I've put
Yeah,
her at
but
like
it's not
high-ish
like-
C because I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
feel like it's very like it's not down bad, but it's also not like it's not a high T choice either.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Oh,
middle
God.
road.
Do you remember this fucking guy who's in Thane's
Not at all.
side quest and you can beat the fuck out of him in the interrogation chair?
Not at
Like-
all.
Good pop. Who?
I'm just kind of hyped that you can beat the shit out of him. I am.
I'll put him in F tier for just just for the meme of beating him up. I do love the Max
mean, yeah,
Renegade option
exactly.
of I will fucking kill you unless you give me the information. I will get away with it, buddy. And he's like, oh
Yes.
shit, you're serious?
It was was he in Thane's side quest? I genuinely don't remember.
Yeah, he like is
I don't
some.
remember the fucking assassination mission.
He's a
thing
corrupt.
And, his kid.
I think he was a corrupt politician or businessman who hired Thane's son as an assassin to kill a political rival or whatever. And you've got to be the
Yeah.
fuck out of him or interrogate him to find out where the hit's taking place and when and all that.
I mean, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that you can kick his ass at least.
Oh god, God, we're going through all the bootleg characters now. We've got Emily Wong. Do you remember Emily Wong?
The name sticks out to me. Yeah. Who?
She is a
Yeah,
reporter, another reporter, not the one you punch, another journalist who Shepard can help find out about, like, government bad things on the Citadel, like budget cuts and shit like that. Like, oh, I need to find out about the Keepers and, you know, so. It's like, oh, they've automated systems on the Citadel. I've played the game so many times, this is why I remember all these bullshit side quests. It's like, oh, you gotta...
So she's not the journalist you punch. She's not the journalist you can apparently goon, I think, in 3.
She might be the one you can goon in through. Oh no, that's the Jessica Chobot from
That's
IGN
Chobot,
lady.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily
So-
Wong. I'll put her in F. Fuck it, just whatever. I remember.
I mean, she's a journalist. Can you bang her? No. Okay, I don't care.
I mean, it'd be cooler if you could bang her. She'd go into E tier.
I mean- I mean, unless they're one of the two where you can punch the shit out of them, or punch their camera, or goon them, you know,
yeah.
you're
they're not-
forgettable.
Okay.
That's the only journalist worth their salt.
Do you
and that's
remember
it.
Chickenpox Navigator, who was your second in command in the first game? Ginger Man?
Oh,
Thaddeus
Something like that, yeah.
Ern? Ahan? Or whatever the fuck is whatever the fuck
Presley,
is
that was his
thing.
name, yeah.
Presley.
He dies in the
What?
second game, yeah. At the beginning in that stupid whole... oh god, that requires a whole stream to talk about Shepard's death and resurrection, because that was another retarded moment in Mass Effect 2.
Do they have like the navigator from 2 there? I think he was a lot more memorable.
I'll put him in E, because he has some interesting dialogue in the first game if you actually talk to him.
I apparently need to play these games again. Who the fuck?
I mean, they have good moments, and we'll say that. If you can get through a lot of the slog as well.
Yeah.
Thane's son.
I need doubles.
I'll just put him in D. Who get for Drell? There you go.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fair.
He's good for Thane's character, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, Thane had a son.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he does.
Who wanted to be an edgy ninja like his dad as well.
Man, I remember so little about Thane. Sorry.
That's fine. There's a lot of people, particularly like female fans, that fucking love Thane and want to goon him. Which
I'm
is
sure he does. Well,
interesting.
I'm sure he does. He was a bit of like a tough sometimes, mostly soft boy though.
Yeah. He's also that
Woman like
whole, oh, I want to care for him because he's dying of cancer, like that whole softy kind of
Yeah.
angle. Yeah. Oh god, who the fuck is this?
Oh, wait,
Chad Jaw McFighter. Look at this fucking shit.
I couldn't tell by the picture.
I think he was in the first game. Is he Fisk? Like the thug man that you beat up? Like... I think he's the one that Rex killed.
Well, I had to look in.
Yeah.
I had to
Who the
look at another picture of Presley, but yeah, fuck. I don't know him.
I'm giving him E just for the fucking jaw. Like, Jesus.
That's a goal line.
Yeah. Like, that guy could be a character on his own and something else. Like, fucking hell. Is this the Dr. Krogan? The Science Krogan? In the white coat? F? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I think that might be
No.
Grunt's dad.
Is that Grunt's dad? Yeah,
The guy who made him.
Oh,
in a
Dr.
test
Oak
tube.
here? Whatever, I'll put... Oh god, there's another Batarian!
Well, he goes to the Batarians
Uh,
here, I guess.
Yeah, he goes in the shoot him in the face tier.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the back of it. Fuck him. Who's this? Oh, is that the Scottish? Not the Scottish. There's two engineers in Mass Effect 2 in Normandy. There's like a Scottish man, and then there's a Russian lady or Ukraine, like Eastern European lady. I think that's her. E?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably E, yeah.
Oh shit, Garrus, an actual
Oh,
character.
Garrus.
Uh,
I mean,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
personally
Garrus
put him in S
Batarian.
tier.
yeah, I'll put him in S tier. Fuck it.
Yes.
Like,
Everybody puts him in S tier.
yeah, like, oh, I mean, at times people do over meme him a little bit, but he
Yeah.
is a really damn good character all the same. Like,
He has really he has really excellent writing. His introduction is really cool. His entire characterization throughout the entire all of the games keeps his flaws and his good points really well balanced. He's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah. Also, he is the ultimate buddy cop.
Yes.
it's also
He is the buddy cop of fucking Mass Effect.
I give him extra points as well for being. It's impressive that they made an alien character so like your buddy and bro throughout the game, all
Yeah.
3 games, which is really
Heck
cool.
And of
Yeah.
course, we gotta give him bonus points for that fucking waistline on God.
There you go, the Turian waistline.
Best waistline in the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta admit, that was actually pretty good.
Okay.
Fucking Turians have an impressive waistline.
Oh yeah.
We- We got Krogan with bluish
Uh,
tinged armor.
I
don't know who that is. That might be
No,
Doctor
who?
Oak here.
Right, recalling that one.
I can put him
I
in
don't-
Who. Yeah.
Is that the guy who challenges Rex?
Yeah, maybe. I'll put him in Who anyway.
Also, one last thing about Garrus.
Yeah.
Garrus is one of the few characters who is presented as really fucking edgy in most of the games, but pulls it off flawlessly.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's incredible. Like he is a massive edge lord throughout the games, but you're like,
let's remember here, right? when you're getting reintroduced to him in 2, right? The way you're getting reintroduced to him is that you're tasked with looking for someone whose code name is
Archangel.
literally Archangel.
yeah,
And it's like
Yeah.
when you finally meet up with Garrus and you realize he's Archangel, you don't even bat an eye. It just makes sense.
yeah. It's like, yeah, who else could have done this shit? Yeah,
I'm guessing Garrus watches fucking edgy space animes.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Like,
definitely.
but that's what's cool.
That
It's like
and pop movies.
he does edgy stuff, but you don't roll your eyes. You're just like, huh, that's kind of cool when you watch it.
He falls into that very difficult to achieve category of edgy without being overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like,
Um,
you know that he likes a bit of the edge, but he actually plays it off fairly nice.
this
So-
guy is some science man. I think this is the evil guy that was studying Geth who put his autistic son in the chair and made it control the Geth.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
But just because he's just a prick. Like I can't think
average
of anything.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Speaking of evil, who's that?
Oh, this guy is not evil actually, despite
Yeah, I
liking.
know.
Yeah. He's just in Chora's den or wherever the fuck, hanging out in the strip club because he's like drunk and sad, and he's the Turian
Yeah.
like Chad general man, who's like, oh yeah, I want to goon over that, sorry lady, and I can't or something. I can't remember what it was. He's like, oh I
Oh,
can't
no.
romance her because of my position or whatever, and it's just some sob story romance thing, but you can cheer him up in Mass Effect 1 and get him to sober
I
up
guess
and
you can go ND.
yeah, like he's alright.
Ah, yeah.
It's
fair,
alright.
Actually.
Oh god,
He's like, is
Uh,
that?
that's the Geth juggernaut that speaks for all the Geth when you make peace with them.
Ah.
E tier? I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, is that Legion? Oh shit.
If you scroll down, I think there might be Legion further down.
That's Legion. Legion is further down. He's on the second row.
Ooh, it's
Second
either
row.
A or S
Gotcha.
for Legion. I'm
That's
thinking.
not Legion. That's not
No,
Legion.
that's not Legion.
Legion is on the second row, further down.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there
there
he
he
is.
is.
He's got the lens flare.
Who's this guy then? Different Legion?
Some Geth.
Some random.
But he's
guy.
got the shoulder pad. I think there's
But-
just two Legions for some reason.
Is there?
I think it's just two Legions.
Why?
I don't know. I'll put this Legion in Who, and we'll put the other Legion in like A or S tier.
I would say S. I love Legion.
Yeah, we'll put them in low S. Actually, we've got room. Fuck it. Yeah, Legion's
That's good.
Legion's hard to talk about because he kind of is a character that brings up the whole AI issue. Essentially, if they can be.
Yeah, he's very poignant in today's environment.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not so much the character himself when you start talking about Legion, it's more what he represents and what he brings up. Which makes sense because he's not.
Man.
Well, the whole thing about him is he a character or not? That's the big question that you're asking when you play.
I mean, he's very characterized. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And like he has, the whole fucking line that has become such so big that people are literally quoting it like it was some great philosopher of just ask the remains if honor matters or whatever. The silence will be your answer.
Oh, that's from the Prothean Man. That line.
Wasn't it from Mass Effect though?
That's in Mass Effect 3. Yeah, that line.
Yeah.
The big line he says is, "Does this unit have a soul?" Which I don't think is a very good line, to be honest. I think it's just so whatever.
Well, anyway, it's like him, and other Geth are connected with that particular line.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
I was checking if maybe it was Marauder Shields, but he's a Turian Geth.
Marauder Shields.
Yeah, the legendary Marauder Shields.
If Marauder Shields is on this list, he gets S tier because he tried to save us from the shitty ending of the game. So.
He tried to save us all. He
Yes.
knew.
Okay, this is the lady from Novera in Mass Effect 1, and then she shows up in Mass Effect 2, and kind of has the hots for Shepard, which is really fascinating, because she's just like... What I like about some of these RPGs, and I wish they did it more often, was other characters hitting on you. They really should do that more in games, and you can react how you want. Like, I think that would be a cool thing, but...
I mean, in general, more RPGs should actually have characters reacting to your presence
Yes,
based on your reputation.
absolutely, yeah.
Because one of the funniest things about Skyrim to this day is obviously the fact that no matter what you do, you'll still just be some smuck to the guards
Yes.
and to the people in general.
I do like the idea of if you were playing Skyrim, that different NPCs, depending on your appearance or say I guess character species, race, might fucking hit on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's still not the main draw of those kind of games. The games where that's really important is not fitting for YouTube.
Yeah, or visual novels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
But I do like the idea of them just sprinkling in
Oh yeah, no. It should be
sometimes
something
people
more.
might just actually walk up to you and based on physical stuff like that.
Well, I can just imagine Shepard. I know we're going off track here, but it's interesting. Shepard could just be sitting in a bar somewhere, chilling out, and you will just get people walking up to him trying to chat him up. Like that's a thing that I could see happening easily.
No, I love RPGs where you can actually just sit down somewhere and then someone will recognize you and come up to you and just kind of go, "Hey, are you that guy who did
Yeah.
that thing?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it's depending on, and then it's depending on what you did and the character you're talking to, it might lead to something like, "Damn, that's pretty cool. Cool, can I get your autograph?" Or "Damn, I fucking hate you. I'm gonna kill you."
You're a fucking
Or you killed my brother, prepare to die.
yeah,
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
that does happen
Yeah.
in
And
those
then it
RPGs.
triggers a combat encounter, or you just kind of get like a little note that says like, "Your character feels good."
Hmm. I've put her in D. Basically, she was like an undercover corpo agent lady, and you can help her
Yeah.
expose the corruption, whatever. And you see her again
Oh,
too.
is that fucking Grunt?
Yeah,
Yee, that's her boy.
I'm not a big fan of Grunt. I don't hate him, but he's kind of just a diet Garrus, diet Rex, basically.
Kind of.
I mean,
His
sorta,
entire.
but-
I like his story. I liked his
Well-
story
Yeah.
that. I mean, the fucking Krogans are really fucking weird, all things considered.
So-
Because their entire fucking thing is they can't fuck.
Yeah,
I also like that it's kind of a identity struggle, and the
Yes.
fact that he's struggling with the genophage.
well, the most
intrinsically.
interesting thing about Grunt is all the other Chad Krogans you meet in the story are like centuries-old veterans of war, and he's literally some vat-grown clone boy that's just
Yeah.
emerged, and everyone treats him very
Yeah.
differently because of that, and he feels differently because of that, and that's actually quite an
Yes.
interesting story thing. So,
And he's very much presented and feels like young, inexperienced soldier boy
hmm
compared to other Krogans, at least.
yeah,
I mean, he actually comes off. That's something I feel they did quite well. Like, as less experienced, maybe a bit more like youthful. What can I say? Like, almost a bit more temperamental.
Mm.
Like the
What
others,
I-
they get angry, but he's like a bit less controlled, I guess.
One
a bit
thing
more
that
impulsive.
one thing that I always appreciated about him was that like it's not. I don't know if it's percent. I don't remember if it's presented really that well, all things considered, but one of his characterizations and the thing that I like the most about him is the doubt he feels due to the fact that he's not real. He wasn't born
Mhm.
properly. His strength, everything that he is good at, his strength, his speed, his like physical prowess, all of it is the result of genetic engineering, and because of that, he doubts himself compared to the other Krogans that at least tried, as I believe he himself says, at least tried to get strong on their own. And he has a lot of doubt about himself because of that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, I'll put him in high B for now. We might shift
That's
him
fine.
around if needed.
Yeah.
Harkness. I'm a washed up old cop, and I'm an asshole, and I'll hit on female shepherd. Fuck him.
Yeah, it's an E.
Gives a shit.
Well,
I mean, the actor did a good job of being a slimy
Oh, yeah,
prick.
yeah,
Like, I think that's
It's
worth
a
it. mentioning.
portrayal of a very E.T. character.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck this is. Is this somebody's mother?
I don't remember.
Probably.
Who?
Is that? No, I don't remember.
Oh god, and this guy, who? Some businessman.
Oops.
Some
Who?
guy in a bar? It
Yeah,
looks like he's from
who?
Mass Effect 3.
He looks like Mass
Probably.
Effect 3 from what I'd say. Oh shit, we come
He's probably
to.
a merchant at the bar.
Illusory. That's the elusive man.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking hell. I like the elusive man a lot. Just his presentation and acting is fantastic, but
I agree.
his
But he's-
story and plot is kind of all over the place and not very well done for the most part.
He is, at his core, he's the leader of a multi-planetary racial supremacy group.
That's like
Yeah, but he
Mary
just thinks he's
Sue-ishly
like the
powerful all
bulwark
the time as well.
of humanity, and I guess there's some reasoning behind it. But
What, his
he,
motivations?
he's a yeah, or like more so his characterization of his goals, I guess.
He's a lot worse
Well,
in 3, I'll say that.
I will
right off
say
the bat.
my
Yeah.
problem with him is he's not enough of a character for what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, like he is supposed to be one of the most powerful guys in the setting somehow, which is a bit contrived, but roll with it. But even then, yeah, he's just not well written or has
He's like
as much of a
he
presence
is.
as he
I,
should.
I really, I think it's very well made. He's very well acted. Unfortunately, his story very much is he's presented as like the worst and best of humanity, but he doesn't feel like much of a character to himself.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's also, at least in Mass Effect 2, presented as like he is representing humanity, trying to push us to be our best selves, but he's also up to some nefarious shit, and there's a lot more to him than meets the eye. And then in 3, he's just kind of a puppet.
In the 3, he just becomes Emperor Palpatine. He's just my new empire of Cerberus
Yeah,
soldiers. Like, it's just like, what the fuck?
He's like a human imperialist puppet.
Yeah, and
I-
that's what's worse about him. He's just some cuck to the Reapers in Mass Effect 3. I'm like, what
Yeah.
a waste of
Yeah.
a character. Like,
He's, I'd say,
He actually had a bit of mystery too.
yeah,
And
I
he
yeah, he's
really-
enigmatic. Yeah,
did so much.
personally, I'd put him in low B, high C, just because he's not enough of a character.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
behind
he's
Conrad
not-
Werner. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, because like in 2, he'd be an 80, but 3, it kind of all crumbles.
Well, they almost assassinate his character completely in 3. Like,
Yeah.
they could have made it work if he wasn't a Reaper puppet, I think. That he was just some
Yeah.
wild card trying to do his own crazy thing. But,
He was trying to,
Fuck yeah.
if
What
he was
they
just
could have
if he
done
was just
is-
a guy trying to make humanity the ascendant species,
Yes.
that could have worked. But he still
Yeah.
wouldn't have been much of a character unto himself. He
No.
would just have been that representation of that ideology, essentially.
yeah, and if
Yeah,
the game had
like-
more time and like money and competency from the writers, they could have made an alternate path where you, like, maybe as a renegade ship, go full in on helping Cerberus or something. Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
could have been cool.
What they could have made, like, the plot twist is he's using Reaper tech, and he's slowly getting corrupted, but not necessarily that he's a puppet.
Yeah, like
Right.
that's kind of what they tried to go with initially, and then at the end they're just like, "Oh no, he just stuck a Reaper
Oh no,
computer
no,
in his
mate,
head."
no, mate. He's a fucking ally, mate.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I felt was the implication with the human Reaper in 2.
Oh god.
Was that he's kind of slowly gonna not become that literally, but
Oh, the human Reaper was so
Figuratively?
cringe.
yeah,
They're pumping like residual like humans into
They're pumping
slurry
humans
to go.
They're
Yeah, it's Max
turning
Payne doing it. They're turning
They're
humans into
humans
glow.
into Reaper.
Max Payne trying to stop the Reapers in Brazil.
Oh well.
Oof, fuck.
Silent Reaper is people.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Jack.
Oh, Jack. God. This is an
Oh.
edgy character if I ever saw one.
Well, that now,
Yeah.
if Garrus is an example of an edgy character that works, Jack's an example of an edgy character that doesn't quite.
I will say
There
though,
you
she's
go.
not as bad necessarily, but yeah, she's
No.
a C tier at most.
I like her a lot in 3, actually, where she's like
Yeah.
doing something, she's helping kids. Like, it makes a lot of sense that she becomes a teacher. I think that was a fantastic writing move, because that's
Yeah.
like, she had a horrible childhood. And she's like, I'm not letting
Yeah.
other kids have horrible childhoods. I'll stick around and
She-
watch them. Yeah.
She's kind of like I generally speaking, I really enjoy characters that are made with that whole like her backstory of, like kid that was specifically chosen to be used for a morally gray at best experiment to create a superhuman.
Yeah.
I like those stories. I like those stories a lot because I always feel that they're a lot more real than you'd like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
something it's
Yeah,
something we have done many times.
I mean, child soldiers is kind of the moral, and yeah, that's making super soldiers. You gotta break a few eggs,
Bro.
which are people.
The problem with Jack is she just wasn't very interesting.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
her design
actually.
is very garish in a lot of ways, which I
She's
mean,
like,
they could have made
she's
that work,
right-
but whatever.
yeah, they could. She's writing a lot on her backstory and her visual design, and if those don't hit perfectly for you, then there's very little else there to be interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
they kind of made a fairly decent character, but
Oh, is
said
that
this
Jacob?
was for
That's
response.
your boy Jacob. Oh yeah. Aye, Shepherd. We we live, we get loud, spill some drinks on a citadel. You know, I have a soft spot for Jacob as much people shit on this guy.
Yeah, he's like a chill dude. I feel.
Well, that's kind of the thing I like about him. Out of all the crazy edgelords you have in your party, he's one of the more chill, dependable soldier bros, like human
mean-
fighter bros, just in your party. But he does veer into meme status because he is such a like, I shepherd, go like, holla, I'm from the ghetto. Like he's such a stereotypical
much
black
like-
man. It's like fuck.
He very much. The unfortunate thing about him is just he very much feels like your friend, like a friend from Detroit. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, like I mean this in the nicest, positive way possible, but it is just
Yeah.
hilarious sometimes. You're like, ah, shit.
It's like he is your black best friend, and that's kind
Yeah.
of like all he is. It's not really a bad thing necessarily. It's just like that's his characterization.
Yeah,
That's fair.
and they didn't do much
I mean-
else with him other than he's
To
a
be
pretty
fair,
good
though-
soldier. It's like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
His character kind of boils down to he's a black engineer.
yeah.
He's your black
Yeah.
best friend engineer.
And bionic, and he's also bionic.
Yeah.
I'll put him slightly above Jack. There you go. That seems fair.
Yeah, shit, here's
Oh,
bionic.
J-
Yeah.
James is just a better Jacob. There you go.
Oof. Fair.
And not in that way, but in like a characterization way, because
Basically.
he is just
Yeah, but that's fair.
very similar to Jacob, but there's a bit more going on with him emotionally
He's
and
your
personally.
Hispanic best friend.
Yes, very much so. And he also fulfills the really weird role that they do in these games of Mass Effect 3 is my first Mass Effect game. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Big Hispanic Chad will ask the dumb questions for the audience. Because he doesn't know
Hey,
what's
I don't really understand what's going on here. Could you put that in human terms?
Basically, yeah, he's
I mean-
that guy.
They're kind of like your friend group that you go out drinking with.
Yeah.
You got the one who works out, you got the one who tinkers with the fucking remotes and shit,
Yeah.
and then
It's
you
like-
got fucking Aiden who reads books.
Yeah.
And I mean, James is just like he's just a marine guy. He's just your
Yeah.
marine friend.
He's your
basically.
dude bro marine buddy, yeah. Like
Yeah.
he does that really
could go-
well, that's the thing. Like
You can go drinking with him. You can go work. You can go working. You can go working out with him, and you can be slightly awkward with him. That's about it.
also all the girls like flirt with him, I've noticed in the third DLC, like in the Citadel DLC, which
mean-
yeah.
I mean, have you looked at
Fair
him?
enough.
It is hilarious. I do like the scenes. Like Prothean man. Only
Yeah.
Prothean in the game.
Yes. You Jamaican
Uh,
Prothean,
A
isn't it?
tier, thinking.
Eh.
He's alright.
I do wish they
J-Vic,
didn't-
Right?
Javik,
Javik.
yes. He's the guy who has
Javik.
the dead men speak quote or whatever. Or the,
Ah, yeah.
I do wish they, because he's such an intrinsic part of like the lore for 3
Mhm.
that they didn't put him behind a paywall.
Yeah. He's a paywalled character. Forgot about that. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's free
So-
if you pre-order, but still, like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like,
Yeah. I mean, probably everyone's gone over to Legendary Edition now, but the thing is,
at the time, it
Back
was a big
then?
issue. Yeah.
that was messy.
It was
Yeah.
like his entire deal was interesting, and he was like, and his entire culture was like really fascinating. Of course, it's a culture I think would never fucking work in a million years.
Yeah, their culture
Because-
was really supremacist in like a dumb way.
It was
like-
supremacist, and of course, it was the whole idea of that, like, their culture had avatars, like people who embodied a certain
Yeah.
ideal or value, and it's just mind-boggling to me to think of a actual culture that had a avatar of vengeance. He was an avatar of vengeance before his people fell.
Yeah, it's also just convenient that like the last surviving guy was the Vengeance Bro. Like, okay.
Yeah.
It's fair.
It was really contrived
It
as
was-
fuck.
It was like I appreciated it. It was just like there was no fucking way this could ever work in my
Yep.
mind.
I think I'll just put him near the top of B-ish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because
That's fair.
he is very interesting, and I do like how he is this super nihilistic, pragmatic guy, which makes a lot of sense given he's the last bro surviving of his race and all that, and he could see
And of course,
Saul
and of
them lose.
course, and of course, the whole thing about him is that he's basically an ancient. Is that basically his role in the party is he's the old imperialist guy.
Yes.
He's
The
that
old
old. He's that old British man who really wants the British Empire to exist again.
Yes, which is really fun and has some good interactions. The bits where he tries to be nice, though, are really sweet. I do like them
Yeah.
because he's trying so hard. You can tell those moments to like say something nice or be nice to you when you're like flirting with Tally and stuff like that. I thought that was cute.
Mhm. He's like he feels the role of really angry grandpa.
Yes, yeah, very much so. He's pretty
no
solid. He
tone
just
deaf
has a
angry
few
grandpa.
flaws here and there. So.
Mm.
Joker, Seth Green, comedian.
Yeah,
now.
Joker. Put him next to his girlfriend.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
He's a bit better actually than
that's
Edie.
fair.
Yeah.
Is what was his
He might
quote?
go
I'm
into
not
B,
good,
honestly.
I'm not good. I'm not even great. I'm the best damn Hellsman in the Alliance fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
actually. I mean, yeah, Joker's enthusiasm.
He's
Kind of pisses him
enthusiastic. He's enthusiastic and helpful, but he's also incredibly arrogant and self-assured in whenever he's in a position that he knows well.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
every time-
it's not undeserved arrogance, but he does absolutely brag about himself a lot.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Like I always expect a quip every time we go into the cockpit.
Yeah.
He is genuinely quite amusing a lot of the time. Like it's a couple of his jokes are a bit like sort of cringy, like normie humor, but some of them are really good. So it's kind of all over
I
the
will
place.
say, like honestly, aside from Garrus, Joker is probably Shepard's best friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Even though he is Gunnar for Shepard's ship.
Yes.
He's basically the disabled best friend that you have,
Yeah.
who's always funny and upbeat a lot of the time, tries to be at least, so which I
He's
think is
trying-
pretty cool.
It is very. He is a very interesting character. He also fills that niche of the character who is in a position where he is not afraid to say exactly what he thinks about everyone.
Oh
on
yeah,
board.
he's super valuable for that as well. Like he will
And it's
just say it.
very refreshing to have a character who is very much in the position where, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? Good luck finding someone else to fly your ship. asshole."
Yeah.
Mm.
And like people aren't going to beat up Cripple as well. That's the other thing because that's just kind of low.
Yeah, like he's
socially.
like even the Krogans are just like, God damn it! Why do you have to be a cripple? Stand up, stand up, so I can punch you.
Why can't you be stronger so I can kick your butt?
Another Solarian S. How many STG soldiers is there for the Solarians?
Infinite.
I don't know.
Like, I probably shouldn't be giving them such a high rating. I just give them the racial bonus for being like nerd, like science people. They're also special
They're
forces
like
soldiers.
they have some characterization by default by being part of the Solarian race, but goddamn, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, they're all just the elite of the Sarian race. I'm like, I guess I'll give them some bonus points. Fuck. Oh, Keely Sanders.
All right.
This is the lady who was in the books that Anderson fucks.
Yeah?
Nice.
Oh no.
I don't remember her very well.
I mean, I've read her in the
Neither do
book.
I.
I've read about her in the books. So I'll give her more of a rating. She's more interesting there, but
I'll trust your judgment.
in the book games,
Ladies
yeah,
and
she doesn't really do anything. She's just, I'm defending the academy, Commander, and I'll help you get those kids out. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, up next, the Cyber Ninja.
Oh God, no!
Oh.
Is that Kai Lang?
Fucking F. Fuck.
Kai Lang.
Do you like him, Gren, or no?
He's just listen. One, he's voiced by Troy Baker. It's really funny. Two, he's like he is so unapologetically edgy. I can't help but love him. But no, he is not a character. He is a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he is an edge.
he is the edgiest of edges that ever edged in a video game. Like,
And he has like five. He's like in 5 novels. He's so funny.
yeah, it's like, God, they were wanking themselves when like doing the cutscenes for this guy. It's
He's
like,
just like
God.
I am an elite assassin of Cerberus.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, Shepard.
And also, I love the fact that he's just fucking he's just fucking he's Chinese and Russian. He has Chinese and Russian heritage.
Yeah.
With Chinese being the dominant of the two.
Yeah. Yeah, Chinese ninja.
Yes,
Russian ninja.
cyber ninja.
Oh,
Fucking-
yeah.
There should have been.
He's also a
a
cut for
scene
the
where you-
Reapers as well, which brings him down.
Yeah.
There should have been a renegade prompt where you could pull Indiana Jones and just shoot him.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Oh, I would have been like,
would've-
hell yeah, this is the best video game scene ever.
He's just, man, my problem with him in that Mass Effect 3 is that he massively overstays his welcome.
Oh yeah, no, he's...
Oh yeah.
If he showed up for one or two key moments, it'd be cringe, but it wouldn't be as egregious. But oh no, he shows up in every like major encounter just to
It's
be
just-
a cunt. Like,
He's
oh.
just like, man,
And you just
fucking
can't
having
kill him
an-
either. That's the annoying thing, aggravating thing.
Having an unapologetically edgy character here and there is absolutely fantastic in my opinion.
Hmm.
But you can't have him overstay his welcome, otherwise he's just
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
He should have
What kind of-
like the best way to use a character like this is that fucking like in one mission or whatever, Shepard is like the best way to have his character appear is like in one mission or whatever, you get separated from the rest of
Yes.
your party, all the lights go out, and then it's just like the only thing you see is like the light of his glasses and his sword.
Yeah.
Sword
Yeah.
as he says, "Oh, Cerberus sent me to kill you. Let's
Ye-
go."
Yeah, that would have been perfect. And then it would have actually reinforced the idea behind his character of, oh, he's a rival to Shepard because it's a 1v1 in some dark room and it's just you
Yeah,
and
like
him,
it's fucking. If you were forced to fight him under those circumstances, get really fucking frustrated with his fights,
Yeah.
and then he's
Yeah.
just, and then like he could escape once, and then you encounter him one more time, where he's
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah.
"I honestly they didn't think I'd meet you again."
Oh, do you know what'd be great
what
as
I'm
well?
thinking is,
Both your weapons
Yeah.
stop working right, and it's Cyborg
Mhm.
v Cyborg, and then we reinforce the whole
Oh,
Shepard's
hell
a
yeah.
Cyborg.
Fucking,
that
Yeah,
would be actually kind of awesome.
and then
fucking,
there's
we should have had like one of those Metal Gear
Yeah.
fight sequences.
yeah, we do CQC with each other because they're both military cyborg bros. Yep.
And the best thing
Yeah.
would have been if like his fucking that characters like this should show up very very sparsely, and they should have a voice. They should have like 5 voice lines total.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, but
amazing
that's the thing,
how
'cause then you get more impact. Like what you could have done if you want to drag him out a bit between the two encounters, have him trigger the security system. There's traps now.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to sneak around.
Mhm.
It's like
Almost.
the and then it's like those when you treat it on a super edgy character like that, that's what's gonna make people go like, wait, who the fuck was this? He was cool. Where can I find out more
Yeah.
about him?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna make the mission more memorable, and it's gonna make the character more memorable,
Mhm.
without him becoming
And give him
somebody to look at
and give him fucking fight lines like "Got you now."
Yeah, like we don't even have to give him much backstory or lines. We just make him a cool fight. Wow, it's amazing how we've just managed to fix Kylo. Not Kylo. He kind of is the same ballpark as Kylo Ren, actually.
Yeah.
Kai Lang in like 10 minutes, we've kind of just managed to fix him. That's amazing.
Listen. The edgy fight is one of my favorite fucking things in any fiction because
Yeah.
just having a super edgy cool guy appear and be a cool fight for a while is one of my favorite things. That's
Yeah.
like. That is the reason why Raiden in Metal Gear wasn't instantly hated the moment he appeared on screen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably the best thing you can do with that sort of character is you build up to the fight. You don't just do it 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
Make it matter.
Well, now we've done that, we move on to Karth Onasi from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Heck.
The Caden Lenko.
Our book reading best friend.
He's alright. I don't know. He could have been done a
he's
bit better,
decent.
but
If
he's
there's
the
something I would
boring
say about-
human fighter in your party.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the thing is, he's the basic dude. He's just there as he's the old friend.
Yeah, I'll put him slightly above James just because he was in the first game and has more of a long-term
Yeah.
connection with you, but he's not.
I guess,
Oh,
but
my-
I feel
I'll put him at
like
the
it
top
comes
of
more
C. Yeah,
clutch.
yeah, I'll put him next to Joker, kind of around there, maybe.
I
I
actually
don't
feel
know
like
if
he's
Captain
below
Bailey's
Jacob.
better. There you go, that's better.
I
Fuck.
actually feel like he's below Jacob,
Below Jacob?
personally.
That's a hot take, actually. Oh. Let's do it. It's
It's
funny.
just what is there to make him interesting?
Yeah, because
right?
Jacob is more
Yeah.
memorable than him just from his mannerisms and everything. Yeah, and who he
Yeah,
is.
because
It's
like,
Caden is just like his.
he's a nice contrast in the first party.
To
but
Ash,
far
he's a good
like-
contrast to Ashley, I think. 'Cause he's like the chill
Indeed.
counterpart to
He
Ashley.
exists to be a conventionally attractive and reasonable guy for female shepherd to date.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and like a old but very basic drinking buddy for any other
Yeah.
shepherd.
He's like
Hey.
he's a reliable but ultimately very uninteresting drinking buddy.
He's your friend at the office you work with, basically.
Yeah.
That kind of guy.
How to pick a beer, and that's what you know about him.
He's a guy you can spend time with, but he's not the guy you share any of your real hobbies with.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can't have a deep conversation with Caden.
Even
You
though
know
he
he read a
tries
book
to in the
once,
first game with
Maybe
the
twice.
where you're sitting
But
in
you
the
really
kitchen
don't know
with
what it was about.
those cutscenes are really weird with him in the first game because there's a really slow walk up to him and the lighting's all like he looks all sweaty and shit like he's been like intensely thinking about something because of the lighting right next to him and I don't know, it has a weird vibe, those scenes in Mass Effect 1, because you start talking about intense stuff like my childhood and this girl I liked and all that. Like, you just start going on, all like opening his heart to you, and you're just like, I should go. At the end, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because that's right. At that point, it's built up for like, okay, this is a romance scene. But
Yeah.
we're bros, dude.
Well, I think it was cut. I think there was rumors that there was going to be like a bisexual like romance with him or something as a male ship, but they
Man,
cut it or
that would
something.
have been fine.
Would
It's
have
just-
been more interesting, yeah. Like,
Yeah, he's like right as it currently stands, Caden has very little that interesting about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's your white friend. That's it.
Yeah. Your white collar
He's your
friend.
drinking buddy. But he's your most basic drinking buddy.
Alright. Cal Rieger, Quarian Migrant Fleet Marines. Somewhere in D tier. I used to like this guy when I was younger, but I'm like, nah, he's just trying too hard, honestly.
That's it.
He's
Supermarine.
Semper Fi! I'm gonna fuck up those Robot Gaff, Commander! Give me that rocket launcher and I'll fuck it! Like, yes, okay, whatever, buddy. I mean, the voice, it's Adam Baldwin. It's a cool voice, but that's it.
He definitely serves his role as appealing to
The dude,
teenagers.
bro. Yeah. Of the Zoomer.
Yes, teenager.
Ah,
It's
yes.
the dude bro teenager.
Oh, God, Asian lady. What?
Kasumi Goto.
Oh shit.
I mean, she's better than Kai Lang for
Yes.
the whole Asian, like, ninja aesthetic.
I mean, yeah.
She's very much, her entire deal is that she's a master thief, and for that characterization, she definitely does the job.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
She's also your average Asian sexy lady.
yeah.
But-
I like stealing things and pretty art and stuff. Like, okay.
She is.
Oh yeah, she loves Jacob. I forgot about that. That's
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that that
She's-
that is the thing I do appreciate in Mass Effect, but they kind of didn't really do it until the third game, more or less. Well, they did it a bit in the second game. Was companions fancying other companions and NPCs? I always thought more of that would
Yeah.
be cool.
like they kind of can take on their own personal lives.
Yeah, that's always something that's underdone in a lot of these games. So.
It's also. I just find it. She feels misplaced. Is the thing about Kasumi. She doesn't.
Yeah.
She feels misplaced in a sci-fi game.
Yeah, definitely.
Fair, actually. At least in the setting, because it feels
She's
kind
like-
of jarring with.
She has a very typical rogue sort of aesthetic and role to her.
She's
which
like
is
Garrett
very-
the Thief if it was an Asian lady, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, which is very weird to put into
A
sci-fi
a military
trilogy?
sci-fi thing with politics. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Space opera yeah, it's weird.
She's like that's. There wouldn't. I'm sorry, but in a sci-fi setting, there wouldn't exist any. And in a true sci-fi setting, there doesn't exist thieves like Kasumi.
No, and there wouldn't really be a reason to have her go on the suicide mission to the collector base either. Like Cerberus would be
Yeah.
like, why do we need a master thief? Like
She's like infiltrators do exist, but infiltrators are more often than not in a sci-fi setting just hackers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either hackers or they're like military spec ops marine
the
bros. or
sheer-
something.
Yeah, they
the
walk around
sheer-
in like a stealth suit.
The sheer number of ID checkers and stuff like that that would be in any kind of facility you'd need to get into as a physical thief is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, like her only superpower is that she's like has an invisibility cloak. That's about it. Like
Yeah.
a really good one, and she can sort of hack things, but it's kind of localized hacking, so it's like whatever.
So I just say she feels misplaced to me. She
Yeah,
would be
she's
better in
kind
a
of
different setting.
Low C tier. You'll love this. The Keepers. They're a character, right, guys?
Yes.
The Keepers, the little bug aliens that manage
Right.
the Citadel.
All right, those guys.
I don't know why they're in this list, but because they're not characters. I've just put them in the bottom of Who because that seems appropriate.
I don't know about you, but I like anthropomorphize my microphone all the time.
All right,
So next on the list,
Kelly Chambers.
She's on. Yeah, she's. On
I
the
like
quality.
Kelly Chambers. Like,
She's pretty decent.
she's interesting.
Kinda
She's
nice.
like your secretary and the therapist on the ship. It's like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wish they'd kept her in the third game, to be honest, but they didn't for some reason.
Yeah, but I think due to the collector kidnapping, I think you can actually fail that one. Maybe they didn't want to.
She's one of the first
account for it?
characters that can die if you fail the
Yeah.
to get her
Yeah.
quickly enough. I quite like her actually because she gives you a lot of
She's
insights
cool.
on different characters. It gives you a bit of introspection on yourself.
I'm very happy that she did get like the counseling thing because when she first was like introduced, right?
Just hot
I-
girl,
I-
you're thinking, yeah.
I was thinking, well, I'm thinking of Hot Girl, but I was also thinking, did they fucking give me a secretary?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of her main roles is literally updating you about your emails.
Yeah, you have a new message in your private terminal.
I forgot that.
Like,
So
fuck.
it was just
Yeah,
like,
you're
did I?
right.
So it was like getting actual insight into other characters through her was welcome.
Her most
But it's
useful.
like,
Yeah, go on.
but it was kind of like it was interesting that she got that as an official role because it very much felt to me like they could have just easily just made her a secretary and then just had her do this like insight thing through the rumor mongering
Yeah.
like a girl like a girl boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She
It
is.
was really funny to me to always just imagine her as like the secretary at the office who just stays abreast of rumors.
She is just a more interesting Deanna Troi from Star Trek.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
One thing I do like about her as well is the she tells you whenever a companion wants to speak to you about like their loyalty mission or whatever. That's kind of handy and quite an immersive way of doing it as well to tell you where someone's because that's her job.
I like her.
Her romance is kind of
So-
It's not really much of a romance. Just oh yeah, do a dance for me in my bed. So what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Ooh, the sexy dance for me, Shepard.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to just have the option to do that. Well,
He goes in like B tier, I'd say like above Jack, maybe.
yeah, there you go, between Kane and Jack. Oh, that's fair.
There you
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
top of. She's
it.
better than Jack and Kasumi. Who the? Oh yes, Steve. I'm all
Who is
right.
that?
You sure? Steve Cortez,
Getting his powers.
the gay man. It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
unfortunate. Like, they could have done something more with this guy, but he is literally just the gay character, and that's kind of unfortunate, honestly.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah.
about that. I literally forgot about him. He can go in Who tier.
Yeah, honestly. I'll put him in the top of Who tier to be nice, but yeah, he is
Yeah.
just. I'm your Shepherd pilot, boss, and I'm gay. Oh, okay.
I am homosexual.
Can't get over this introducing.
Like, they tried to give him more stuff, like, oh, he's emotional because his husband died on the collector colony that was abducted, like, all that stuff, but it's so horribly mangled, a lot of those scenes, all their dialogue and stuff, like the dying message, I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve. Like, what kind of dying message is that? It's so monotone and boring. Like, God. It doesn't make sense either. We think
That's kind of the worst part is it's kind of memorable in of itself, just how fucking
how
monotone
bad
it is.
Mimi is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and also
Maybe we should put him on F tier just for that.
yeah, fuck it. He goes above Kai. I'll put him at the top of F tier. He
Yeah,
does
'cause
have
he's
the
kinda
great.
memey.
Does have the great bit where Shepard yells Steve, like when he almost dies at the end of the mission. Who the hell is this? Is this the reporter you
I have no
punch?
fucking idea.
That looks like the reporter you punch.
Yeah, fair.
She goes in S tier for being a reporter you can punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you know
That's
what?
all the context.
She commits to the bit of being a reporter who won't stop to get the story.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I give her
that's
that.
as
For,
you say.
like
No
she gets
fucking
punched multiple times and still comes back and has the balls to carry on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I give her that.
Yeah.
She would be an F tier character if not for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Another Solarian Special Forces dude. D tier.
Yeah. Is that
I don't think
No,
that's
that's not
Fane. That's
Fane.
another. Oh, that's Fane's son, right? Oh,
Wait,
he's in
was this
twice.
the son
Two of
earlier?
him?
Okay, we'll
What?
put him in Who then the other one. I don't know why there's two versions. Unless there's
I
another
really don't know.
Drell that's
Where's
in the
Thane
game.
on the list then? Where's Thane on the
He's
list?
like at the bottom
Oh, he's
here.
further down.
There's there he is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's bizarre. Oh yeah, the Raknai Queen. I was talking about this with Pastel before we started.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's,
whatever.
she's fairly decent. D? DE,
Bottom of
I
E.
guess?
Fuck it.
Sure.
fair.
Like
Is that Liara?
yeah.
I think
yeah.
that's supposed to be Liara,
That's
yeah.
Liara. That's
Uh,
Liara. Okay.
Ooh. I don't
Hmm.
know. I like her more in the first game, honestly, than all
She's
the others.
good in the first game, yeah.
Because in the
Hmm.
first
Wait,
game,
do we
she's
have
like
her particularly in
she's
the
like
first
shy,
game?
nerdy, nervous science,
Yeah, she's
like archaeologist lady,
yeah.
and that's kind
She
of
gets-
interesting and cute. But then
She evolves weirdly. Over
Yeah.
time.
because suddenly
And
she's
it's like-
like, "I'll flay you with my mind," and then when he meets her in the
Yeah,
second game. And she said, "Oh, it's so good to see you, Shepard." Like, what? Why were you threatening
She's a
slaying her?
very odd.
Like, she just becomes an edgelord in the second and third game for
She's
some
like-
reason.
She's like, I mean, it's like, it's a very noticeable change in personality, but it's also explainable because it's because of how much she hates the Shadowbroker.
Yeah,
and
because
her determination to basically get back at it.
yeah, and it's all well. The interesting thing is,
Yeah.
it's all stems from the comic book it's set between 1 and 2, where her
Yeah.
whole thing is she's trying to get Shepard back because she likes Shepard, you know. So Yeah.
And then it's just, but it's kind of like, if you don't care about the novels, and I don't care about the novels in the slightest,
yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
very
okay.
strange.
It's
and
super
sudden
jarring, yeah.
Change in personality.
Yeah, it's very odd.
yeah, like it
Perfect.
makes more sense if you've read those novels, but that
And
shouldn't
then, like
excuse it.
in
so.
Mass Effect 3, she literally takes the Shadowbroker's place,
Mhm.
Yep.
and that is an even more jarring change in personality. Because it's like, weren't you genuinely opposed to everything he was about, and now you're doing, now you're him?
You
Yeah.
become what you eat.
I guess so.
Oh, it is bizarre, yeah.
It's. I think that overall, she is a good character, but I don't think she deserves higher than B, just because there's so much you have to read to get a full understanding of what the fuck's going on with her.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna take the totality, low C.
Oh wow. That's
Really?
fuck this lady.
I mean, Liara as a character is fun, but like, I don't get some of these things, man.
Yeah.
They just seem so jarring.
I think that with everything taken into
Yeah.
account, I can see it. So I'd say B, but like, it's definitely jarring, and that's
Yeah.
what detracts her from being the good character she could be.
I'll put her near the top
Fair.
of B just for her in Mass Effect 1 and for being a squad mate throughout the whole like trilogy is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
I'd
mean,
like-
that's fair.
I think if she had, I think if it had been more present in the games, why she turned out the way she did, it would have been better. But like, she's not a bad character.
Mm-hmm. Okay, random Turian guy from Noveria. I think this is the guy, the corrupt guy that helps you. Who has a
That's
really
so
fun
weird.
voice actor. Like, they've accused me of
Can you punch
corruption. Like, he has such a
Can you
soft,
punch him?
jovial voice. It's hilarious.
If you can punch him, I don't remember.
No, I don't
Ah,
think
fuck.
yet. I'll just put him in Who. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's put him in who.
There you go.
If you could punch him, I'd give him F.
Yeah. Random Batarian street prophet. Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
You know what? He might be the coolest Batarian. Because he's literally
Master?
he's There we go. because he literally predicts the Reaper's coming and everything. Like he literally calls it, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Shit, he does.
He literally
That's
talks like a southern preacher. It's amazing.
It's
Like, when you
about
listen
it's
to-
the oh yeah, the guy on Omega.
He's like, my brothers and sisters. I don't know if he's racist or not. I can't remember. I don't think he is that racist actually. So yeah, he gets that for plus.
Oh
plus
yeah,
one.
I remember this guy now. He goes something like, "Humans are a blight, yes, sir, and you as well," as he points to the player, to you, the player.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe he's the super racist. Though. I don't know.
I remember.
Put him
this
next to
guy now.
Ashley and Atia. That
Yeah.
that works. Oh, this is Morden's assistant guy.
God. God.
What happened?
I
What?
think you remember.
Well, the preacher.
Watch out, the humans!
Yes.
Okay, so he's the mega race, super race. Okay, gotcha. That is still
Oh.
hilarious, though. I like the fact that he's just unapologetically saying this on the soapbox.
That guy, that Solarian right there, has really dark head. Like, wasn't that a guy?
It's like slick, like oil on his head. Yeah. Like,
Wasn't that a fucking? What's that?
if that's Morden's assistant, I'll just put him in low C because he does help buff up Morden's character a bit for the plot.
Might have been.
Oh, no.
God, who was that?
No,
Oh.
Pasta, no. He'll come back.
Pasta's internet has reached its time limit.
Yeah, he'll probably come back, I'm sure. Alright. Another Solarian in D. Another special.
Yeah,
They all wear that, like, military outfit, a lot of them. It's
they do.
weird. Hey,
It's
Pasta.
Solarians. I don't
Let's
know.
see.
Hello.
Where do we end up?
Ah, Liara's dad,
Oh.
quote unquote.
Oh,
I liked
yeah.
her. She's like the bartender lady who talks like an old, like, New Yorker lady kind of thing.
You're right.
Yeah. She's okay.
Yeah, no, we
She's a
are-
little grating after a while, but she says some interesting stuff and has some good bants, so I don't know. And tells you not to eat the red nuts, apparently, as well. Because they're not for humans, or whatever. Yeah, I'll put her in C tier somewhere. Yeah, above. There you
Sure.
go. There we go. Whatever.
Guess who's up next? Leo's mom.
Oh yeah,
isn't
window boobs lady. Yeah.
Matriarch
matriarch.
Venezia. Yes. Queen Venezia from Elder Scrolls. I don't think she was called Venezia. There's a similar name.
Probably What was she about?
She's the villain. Have you faced Nasari
yeah.
Commando unit before? Few humans have.
Because she's working with Saren in one.
Well, she's
Right.
being
I
cut.
think
She's a
one-
Reaper Cuck again. I like how it's
Yeah,
just the name
but
for
it-
indoctrination. Reaper Cuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of against her own will, if I remember correctly.
That is the
Um,
case with most like
kind of
indoctrinated people. So.
Yeah.
Saren's one of the few who kind of goes along with it, but then realizes
Oh,
later
yes.
on, no, this is
Yeah,
gay.
Yeah.
unless you convince him to basically kill himself.
We'll
he kinda
we'll get
goes
to Saren
full-
later.
Yeah.
So yeah, Benezia. One thing I like about Benezia from a gameplay thing is she's one of the few boss fights in Mass Effect, but you don't fight her directly. You just fight her commandos and Geth that come and attack you, and that somehow lowers her shield and makes her weaker for some reason. And then you beat her. So that's weird. But I like
Whole
the
thing
I
was-
like how the fight is you're fighting the ads and not the boss itself. That's kind of interesting at
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also did like that her entire story was the fact that she tried to stop him, but the
yeah.
Reaper Sovereign was too strong.
Yeah, she
so
tries to
it
convince
overpowered
Sarah
their
not
will.
to be a bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not actually like, despite being the single most evil looking person in the entirety of Mass Effect 1, she's actually like not evil.
Yeah,
Genuinely
she's
not
actually
evil.
fairly reasonable, and
Fuck
she's
it.
trying to be like okay about it.
Dude.
Genuinely not evil. She just gets corrupted.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
putting her in a high B, like, which is surprising, yeah. Because
Mm.
when you can, yeah, take away all the jankiness of her fight and everything and the weird,
Mhm.
fan servicey stuff, she's pretty good.
It's her outfit is the most evil one. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But
Morgan,
it's
the
like
evil
it's like
witch,
it's like
yeah.
a double misleading thing. Because one thing is that like yeah, she is evil, but she's not evil by choice technically.
Oh, God, no. Mara-
You'd be...
What were we saying, Pastor, about?
No, surprisingly, she's not the one choosing to be evil.
Yeah. But now we gotta
Alright.
talk about Yvan Strafonovit, the Australian.
Miranda
Oh, no, Commander.
Lawson.
Oh,
Miranda Lawson.
there's a lot to do,
Born and
Shepard.
bred
Maybe some
for
other time.
perfection.
God,
That's the party member.
this
That's the
character
Cerberus.
is like
That's-
the Kai Lang of Mass Effect 2, kind of, in a way,
yeah.
Kinda.
but not quite as edgy, but similar vein. Like, she is just written as the Mary Sue character of that game for some reason.
Yeah, she's the
I will say, though-
Cerberus like double agent, right?
Yeah.
I will say though, I kind of like that they made the fact that she was made to be a Mary Sue her character dilemma.
Yeah, that is interesting in a way. She's kind of
also-
manufactured, sort of like how, because her and Shepard do have some interesting conversations, because they both were kind of built by Cerberus in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
But
And of course-
he was already a Chad hero man, and she's literally born in expecting to be a Chad kind of thing, like forced into the
Yeah.
role, which is
The
interesting.
apex of humanity.
Yeah. She's basically like an Adeptus Custodian, basically.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
And of course, part of her whole thing in 3 was the fact that the thing that actually made her a little more complex was the fact that she wanted and had the opportunity to put a fucking control chip in your brain, but didn't.
Yeah, she had a small part of her that went, this is fucked up, I'm not going to go along with that, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and it was like, I mean,
She goes and sees
she's not
somewhere,
a
I think.
great character,
Yeah.
but she's not terrible either.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's
And obviously, she's another character that was just made to be conventionally attractive.
agreed. Yeah, around Jack.
Yeah, I'll leave her
Yeah,
next
no,
to
okay,
Jack so
good
they can have a
placement.
bitch fight. There you go.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
a-
they would definitely have a bitch fight. They do.
Ugh.
Ah, yes. A
Lord
scientist
Solon!
Salarian.
Lord
Yes.
Solus. The only Solarian I can say to actually know.
Of course. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent placement.
He
Absolutely
is
great character.
not just a pretty
Goated.
badass Chad character. He's like the Chad of all the SAS Special Forces Solarians. You know, he's an
Mhm.
expert scientist, doctor, professor. He's a professor, for one thing, and a super
Yeah.
soldier, which is cool.
Not
Like-
to
Yeah.
mention, he's just fun to be around.
Yeah, he has great personality to listen
He is
to.
a very
and stuff.
he is a very cool nerd.
Yes.
Indeed.
He's the nerd that beats you up at the gym, yeah. Like,
Mhm.
um,
Like he'll be frank with
he's
you
just the
with
John
facts.
Wick of the
Look-
Solarians, yeah. Like,
Like he'll be frank with you with facts, and he is a nerd, but he likes to have a bit.
yeah,
of
he
fun
likes to have
too.
fun as
His,
well.
his personality is very much. Where do you work out,
But-
nerd? At the library. Maybe you should try it.
Yeah. That kind of bro, and like he gives you
that's
good
smart.
medical advice. He gives you awesome sex ed if you're gonna have sex with aliens, which is funny as fuck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that dialogue.
You have to be careful. You have to be careful to hit the right hole.
Yes, he literally says that. You're like, you're not taking the piss out of me, Mon. Oh, of course not. No, I would not do that.
Of course not. I don't even know how to do that.
On top of all of this, some really interesting like moral dilemmas of being a scientist and a doctor and all that shit
Working
with
on
the
the
Chrome and
genophage and
Jellyfish.
Indeed.
stuff like that.
Yeah, like that's the best part is he's such a light-hearted character, but he's open with the facts, and he has a dark backstory.
Yep.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm.
It was also the genophage itself was fucking terrible, all things considered, in more
Mhm.
ways than one. Because obviously, if you look into the lore, it wasn't that it reduced fertility; it affected the probability of pregnancies surviving.
Yes, because it made
So,
them
so a lot of
painful,
Krogans
horrible
were
miscarriages.
stillborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, stillborn and care.
Yeah.
It was horrific, all things
Mhm.
considered.
Yeah, it just brought suffering to them.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, he gets easily S tier up there with Garrus for character.
Mhm.
The deep regret for it.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
okay, this is hilarious.
Oh, fuck.
We've got
It's
Morris,
done.
who instead of Samara, we're talking about Morris first, apparently.
All right.
F somewhere.
You wanna die, buddy? You wanna die
I
for a
love
night
the
of
fact that you can agree to fuck her and it leads to a game over. That is hilarious to me.
fun?
Because it
That
literally
is the best fucking thing.
is like Shepard goons himself to death.
Yeah.
Like, you find out, okay, we can agree to this, and you'll take your mum's place,
I was-
and oh, I'm dead.
It was very funny that she's basically just like they decided to make a character who is literally a fucking succubus, basically.
Yeah.
In sci-fi as well, yeah.
They just made I mean like but besides the funny thing about her, I mean she was just really selfish bitch, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
So awful.
Selfish as shit.
Oh man.
Just the most selfish bitch. It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Thing is, that is probably the downside, because that probably makes some people want to spend the night. At
Mm.
least
Oh
the
yeah, no,
one-
no, oh yeah,
all
no,
the
no,
more.
no. This is a character that people in real life would pay money to have as their last moments.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I just love how it says critical mission fail as well, like when
Yeah.
you die.
It's the funniest fucking game over you could ever get.
Yeah. Like exactly the same as if you'd been shot. Like
Literally the goon over.
the oh, yeah, no, she goes in F somewhere, fuck it. Another Solarian indeed here. I should just put
Congratulations.
So just for name it's hilarious.
yeah, I know. I'll try.
Valerian T.
There you go.
Can we
Oh,
just nickname
this is
FT,
the lady
Valerian T?
who's like, we don't need other species to procreate. A Sari can fuck muck and it'll create babies. That lady.
As I mean, I would put her in just who because I don't remember her.
Yeah.
She just has a distinct voice acting. I remember her, and
Yeah.
and then she starts. There's a kind of a cool moment where she starts crying because she realizes her bigotry stems from grief, from the like all her family died in wars and shit. And I'm like,
I mean that's cool. I still don't remember her.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
oh yeah, the one female Turian in the gay character in the
Oh.
game,
All right.
other than the one Garrus hits on in Citadel.
I forget they had females.
Well, they only added them in 3. They were originally going to put them in 1, but they ran out of time and budget, so yeah.
Yeah, I forget that there were like a few of them.
Yeah, I think she's a Who, because she's in the Omega DLC and
mean-
then she dies, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of them did too much that
Unfortunate.
I'm familiar with.
Oh
Unfortunately.
god, this
Yeah.
guy!
Well,
Cerberus Admiral Russian... I don't know if he's... I think he's British, but he looks
that's-
Russian to me. Like,
Petrovsky.
hi, Admiral Plestrovsky. He's like Admiral Hakov or some shit he's called. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why Cerberus has admirals. How do they have a navy? They're like...
Emerald, right?
They're an Illuminati terrorist organization.
Yeah.
How do they have a fleet?
I don't know.
I'll just put him in F somewhere because he's.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he's
I
got
mean, it's kind of like
he's got
having
good
the
drip,
child of the
but
Nepals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a good outfit, but I guess he gets above who just because he has that outfit.
yeah, basically
fair.
got kind of a cool appearance. But still, Cerberus shouldn't really have officers and navy shit. That's just weird. So.
I mean, you gotta admit though, the idea of like being the Taliban Air Force general is kind of amusing.
Yeah. He is just in Star Wars. He
Uh,
would just be some Imperial Admiral character, basically.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, so many characters has that exact haircut. Is that Gabriella?
Oh, God, yeah. Who is
Good
that?
question.
I think it is. Yeah,
I think that's Gabriella.
that's just some colony girl in a colony, right? That you meet.
Yeah, that was Gabriella. She was a former Alliance engineer. She's a Cerberus operative.
Okay, I'll just put her in who because I
Yeah.
literally don't even remember. Yeah.
That's a Solarian.
Oh my God, it's a Solarian.
Whoa.
I feel bad for it because,
Uh.
like, if I replay it, I'm sure I'll recognize some of those Solarians, but there's so many of them, and they all look the same, which is horrible. It
Yeah.
sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the
They
fuck?
sorry. This is just a human perspective. You all look the same.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, you're all badass, but you all look the same.
That's why you get the D tier at least.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachni Queen 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the replacement one if she dies.
I'll put her in who. There you go with the keepers.
I think that's the replacement if she dies anyway.
I put the OG Rachni in E because she's kind of cool with her dialogue in some of the games. But
Yeah.
oh,
I could go with that.
Rachni Foot Soldier. Why is this a character? Who?
I guess you
Okay,
could
put
talk
that
to
in
one
who?
of them. You could talk to one of them. That
Yeah,
was
but
it.
did they have anything interesting to
No.
say?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh God! Oh, the abortion. No, not. Is this the abortion? No, it's not abortion. It's the. We shouldn't give our kid vaccines. Is that who this couple is that's arguing?
Oh yeah.
It's like the gene tailoring when the baby's still
Can we
in the
make?
womb.
Can we make one?
Wait.
Can we make what? Can we make one below who that is just not a character?
fair. The real question I feel is where the fuck is Udina? And where the heck is he so we can just put him on fucking F tier?
I don't know if Odina's here. That sucks.
Oh,
He should be.
shit.
Odina's a
The
good
one
character
that
for the most part.
everybody hates, and we can't place him.
Odina's
somewhere. We'll have
right. Let's just talk about Odina now.
I'll have a debate for that
Odina
matter.
is a very good character, kind of, but he's butchered in the third game because he becomes a Reaper Cerberus cuck. Like they just completely ruined
Oh,
him
yeah.
because
The thing is,
he
he's
is an
interesting
asshole, but he
contrast.
likes humanity and wants to further it in a mostly positive way, like just strengthen it, which isn't a bad goal in and of itself. And he does
Like,
help
thing
you
is-
sometimes. Like,
You're built to hate him in the matter of he represents the bureaucracy, but
Yes.
a bureaucracy that's for the betterment of humanity.
yeah,
He's inefficient, but he means well.
yes, like he's the kind of guy you would want backing you in like the courtroom or wherever you're doing some kind of deal or whatever, because he'll argue your case very well. He's the kind of lawyer you'd want, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Udina
I'll
would
say
go
that-
in like C or B tier somewhere. So, but they
Yeah,
completely fuck his
effectively,
character in 3 because he's just like, well, he starts out good because he's all like really sad that Earth's getting fucking destroyed by Reapers, and he confides in you about it, and you're like, oh damn, I feel bad for Udina and stuff. You can't relate to him. And then he's just like, oh no, he was a Cerberus sleeper agent, and they're like, oh god, why? Like you ruined a good character again.
Oh boy.
Okay, Jenkins. S tier?
Yeah.
The Chad of humanity. He could have been in the alternate timeline. Yep. Just for the meme.
Dinkins.
Oh, Batarians! The Blue Suns.
Batarian tier.
Is this the engineer that you kill with the prod when he's having a cigarette? That's an amazing death. I love that. Where you're working
Oh,
too
boy.
hard and you just zap him to death. It's fucking
He
amazing.
goes in the Batarian tier.
Batarian tier.
Well, if he's the one you can assassinate with a fucking bull prod, maybe he
it.
deserves a bit more just for that image.
Yeah, he could be on top of F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put him above the other Batarians there. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Commander, I'm a girl from London. I've replaced Kelly Chambers. My toothbrush, Commander. My toothbrush. Remember her? Oh.
No.
She's like
Not
the
really.
okay, she's like Steve, but for women. She's the
Oh,
lesbian one. Yeah. I'll put her next to Steve.
okay.
I don't even know if she's memorable, but fair.
No, I'll just put her next to Steve.
All right, Samara.
Yeah, Samara.
Yeah. C tier?
It's alright, yeah. She's the paladin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's next to Bailey. Her and Bailey are basically the same
Is
character.
if the thing about her was that like, I mean, like if you like MILFs, she's 1,000 fucking years old.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the grand MILF, but
The
also
grand
like a paladin.
I did like
Yeah.
Zaid trying to flirt with her in Citadel, and she's kindly like humoring him, but I don't think she's all that interested in him. Like that was kind of
No.
cutesy. Yeah.
It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon
He's
she
drunk as
felt
fuck when he
like
does it as well.
a great grandmother getting hit on by like a high schooler.
Basically.
Yeah. Like an old scarred Sky Sue has been shot at. Let's
It is
see.
it's kind of sweet that they very intelligently made one of her lines during your romance to be like, "You're different from anyone else I've met," which means a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
when it's 1,000-year-old saying it.
Yeah, that is a
Mm.
big compliment, but she's like, yeah, I'm not down for romance anymore. I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm too old.
So I appreciate that at least the romance was intelligently written to really make you feel special. But aside from that, she's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do think like if Bailey didn't have family, they'd be a good characters to ship, her and Bailey, honestly, because they're both lawful
Probably.
people. So you know.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the real big bad of Mass Effect,
Oh,
aside from the cosmic baby.
He's S
Oh,
tier.
Saren?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
He
fucking.
go-
he's
he
he's
goes-
the
he
best
goes in
villain in Mass Effect. Like,
He goes
Yeah,
in the
honestly.
Turian. In the Turian. He goes in the Turian.
oh yeah, S tier's
Oh,
like
yeah.
semi-Turian tier now.
Yeah.
No, he's.
mean,
I mean, he
Saren-
might be Bioware's best villain, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He
mean,
is pretty damn good.
I'd probably argue it's in between him and Logain.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
Logain.
like,
I
they're
think
both
Logain's a
S
bit
tier.
better, actually. I've thought about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
We should do a Dragon Age deal. No, God, no.
I mean, there's a few good ones.
Yeah.
I'd say like fucking the guy from Baldur's Gate 2.
Mm,
He
yeah.
might rival Logain and Saren.
hmm
But Mass Effect, Saren's the best villain.
Yeah, easily.
Oh yeah.
What?
He also has like, I like his outfit.
I like his outfit
I
too
get it.
because it's like his old Spectre military outfit, but it's torn up and you can see cybernetics in there, like he's been injured
Yeah.
or he's replaced parts of himself, and it gets slowly more deranged as the game goes on, which is really
Yeah,
cool
you can
to
see
see.
kind of. He's
I
got
really
a
love-
withered look to him.
hmm
I really loved the fact that he like, I really loved the fact that you could really feel the whole like almost like Lovecraftian influence the things was having over him
Yes.
Oh yeah.
and pushing him to become worse and worse.
hmm
And
There's
it was
better.
fun.
Yeah, there's no better scene that's sort of seeing the horror in his face. If you try to explain to him what's been going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that choice is beautiful where you Paragon him to like realize what he's doing and what he's done and stuff. Like
Mhm.
it's even more powerful because if you read the novels and listen to his backstory from Anderson, he was kind of a jackass before all this happened, which is kind of where the seeds of corruption get sown in him. But even despite all that, he kind of does the right thing if you convince him. There's a shred of him
Yeah.
that goes, "Wow, this is fucked up what I've been doing." So-
And like even if he was an asshole, it was also he was also fact that he was, you know, he genuinely worked for the like council's secret operative, like
Yeah.
fucking Black Ops service
yeah, he was a good.
in defense of the galaxy.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jackass or not, he was always the type to do the right thing until he started getting corrupted.
For sure.
So he's a good character. He's a good character.
Yeah, he's
I wonder if they have
Exceptional.
Nihilus on this list.
I don't think Niles is on the list, which sucks.
Oh, that is the Shadow Broker.
Yeah, they introduced a whole new species for him, and it felt kind of
The
superfluous. and it wasn't-
Yogg.
The Yogg, yeah. Wasn't the
Fucking-
original
the
Shadow
fucking
Broker like a
goblins.
human, and then he took his place when he broke out of his cage or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then Liara became the Shadow Broker.
Ah, yes. The,
Mm.
the edgy broker.
He's like,
I kind of want to just put him in D tier, I think, because he's... I don't know. He has an interesting
He's-
design, I guess. But
yeah,
he's not all that.
he's he's supposed to be that fucking secretive. Like, he's supposed to be like the face of the Shadow Broker, but like even when Liara has to roll, it takes over the operations. Like the Shadow Broker doesn't seem to be gone, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. Again not much of a character.
I can put him at bottom. Yeah, I'll leave him in Solarian tier, actually. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Another Asari. Is this the consort lady that the general was simping about? Yeah. I'll put him.
Probably.
I'll put her next to him, I guess. Because does she appear in any other games, or does she just send you emails? I think that's all that happens.
It wouldn't surprise me if she just sends you a bunch of emails.
She
on
sends you
Facebook.
one in the second game. I remember that, where she's like, "I sense a great disturbance in the force in the coming years, Commander. You should be prepared." You know?
The Shadow Broker was fucking voiced by Steve Blum, the same guy who voices Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
The same
That was
guy
what I
who
remember about it.
voices like half
Holy
of
shit.
characters ever. Yeah, like
Wait,
Yeah.
Ogmar's
Vilgax.
voice actor.
yeah. Steve Blum is in lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Like half of the video games that come out, he gets a role somewhere.
Yeah.
He plays really good Imperials, like in Empire War and stuff. Like he goes, TIE fighter reporting. Like he kind of sounds like that, and it's cool. Okay, so yeah, Consort. All I remember about her is she's like weirdly like sexually harasses you a bit when you like go to see her.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know what they were doing with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the green Asari girl who was born out of the Thorian plant. Who? Who gives a fuck?
Who, indeed.
Oh, creature.
What's that fucking
Who?
Who?
Why is there a
Yeah.
creature?
Big who?
Like,
Yeah,
we had
Tora.
space to put
Oh.
Udina and Niles here, you know.
You got the vicious fucking
Oh, the Vorcha by Mark.
kobold. Yeah, the kobold motherfucker.
Voiced by
voices.
Mailshep as well. Then collectors make us strong.
I kind of find them funny.
They're funny. They could go in F.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
go somewhere in that between the two battalions. There you go. They are just like fodder for other like mercs
Yeah.
to use, basically. More like they don't really have their own
Oh.
character.
A noble Turian. I don't know who though.
I
Who
think
the-
that might be the replacement for the Turian ambassador.
Or the Turing
No.
counselor.
We've already detailed him.
Yeah,
The
Okay.
replacement
Yeah.
as well.
I think yeah we had the
Uh.
because I think
Mhm.
unless that's a C-set guy I'm looking at, yeah, I think that's the replacement counselor. Yeah, I'll just chuck him in
Maybe.
there.
Alright.
Oh, Reaper, random Reaper.
It's a Reaper.
Who?
A dude.
Oh yeah, we didn't
Wait, is
even
that-
rate the.
Is that the Special Reaper? Is that the Sovereign?
Oh, is that Sovereign? Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
we-
is that
oh,
someone?
yeah, we
That's
can't.
that might be the Sovereign because he has the blue lines.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
right. He's got some swag.
That's the Sovereign.
Oh, Sovereign. There you go. Above,
Yeah, sure.
above the other villains in C.
Above the other Harbinger.
Yeah, he's better.
Yeah.
He's not much better, but he is a little bit more interesting when you can, because you can actually
Yeah.
talk to him for one a bit more, and find out about.
Yeah.
Wait a
Reapers.
minute. Is that 2 pictures of Rex?
Probably. I don't know why there's duplicates of some of these. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Put him there. Is that Steve again?
No.
No.
Who the fuck
I
is
have
that?
no
That
idea who
is
that
who you
is.
were talking about.
Wait, what?
Okay. So who? Oh,
That
I know
is
what I've
Rita.
done. Right, that's Steve. This is the Scottish engineer. Aye.
Ah,
okay.
right.
Aye, Commander. Where the fuck is the Gabby or whatever? There was another. Not Is it
That's
Gabby?
cool. She's Gabriel. Yeah, Gabriella is the one you're hovering near now, a little under there.
Yeah. So is that his co-worker in engineering?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
I'll put
see.
them both like in E tier somewhere. Fuck it, because they're
Sure.
okay. Like they have some fun dance, but they're not. Actually, fuck it, I'll put them in D. There you go.
Sure thing.
They're better than like they're Normandy crew that are kind of interesting, I guess. And they have some fun
Yeah.
dance, but they're not.
Yeah, fair.
There we go. Right.
They're not super interesting, but they're better than most
Well,
NPCs.
that's the general guide.
These are all like more interesting characters we're getting to now.
Yeah.
Admiral Hackett. Can you hack it? He's pretty good. His character.
Yeah.
Kind of near
Stephen
Benezia,
Hackett?
I think. Like, he doesn't. He talks to you a lot in the first game. Then he gives you missions and stuff. He's just kind of a mission giver mostly in the first game. But he also has dialogue, because he leads the Alliance fleet at the Battle of Citadel at the end of the first game, which is something that I think is kind of important to the overall game and setting.
Yeah,
He's- I
He-
think he's well written. He definitely deserves a beat there.
Good
Yeah,
voice
I mean,
acting,
he's
good
in one.
appearance. He's in the second game with DLC, and he's quite prominent in the third game, leading the human resistance, essentially human remnants, as a
yeah,
military
because
leader.
he feels fairly interconnected in the first game, at least.
Yeah, he is just the top dog of the Alliance military you encounter throughout the games, basically. So yeah, he's up there. Tali Zora,
Ali.
yes, every
Um,
fanboy's dream girl, basically.
oh yeah.
Every gamer guy's dream. Yeah, she is kind of written that way. I've noticed. It's like she's the nerd girl that likes video games that everyone has a crush on or whatever if they're gamers. Yeah.
Sorry, who are we on?
Tali
Tali.
Zora.
Oh, Charlie.
But this is the thing. Despite the fact that she is just written as like she is just kind of the ideal GF waifu for gamer bros, she's well written despite all that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's
Yeah.
she's no, she's a well-written character. It's like it's. I know I've said before that like one thing that detracts from some of these characters is just like that they were made as Gunnar bait, but being Gunnar bait more often than not just means being pretty. If you're a good character on top of that, you're forgiven.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
thing is, Tali is more written the personality to be Gunnar. Well, the personality is written to be intellectual Gunnar bait, I guess.
Yeah, she's the kind of
Well,
GF
she's
you talk.
she's written to be very intelligent, very like she's not written to be intelligent in the way that a lot of bad female characters are written, in that they have to always appear so smart and so
Mhm.
superior intellectually. She's written to be a smart female character you could have an interesting conversation with.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
she's the like kind of nerdy girl you'd hang out with at school, like in your science class or whatever, and talk about anime
Mhm.
with or some shit.
Yeah,
like that's
because thing is, she's not written about already knowing all of these things. She's written around curiosity.
mm-hmm.
Yes, and that's also one of the things I love about her. Is one thing I fucking hate in fiction is when this is a passion of mine. One thing I hate in fiction is when a smart character is only smart because they always have the answers.
Yeah.
Always have the answers and always have to know everything. That's not a smart character. That's an obnoxious fucking character.
Yep.
A smart character is someone who is curious about almost everything and who doesn't necessarily know the answer but has the means to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a smart character.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Especially in Tali's case, because it really works for the writing.
Hmm.
She's not supposed to be arrogant. She is a scientist. She's scientifically minded. The curiosity is intrinsic to her.
Yes. She's also
Also-
not the character that's there the entire time through the entire trilogy. So
Yeah.
that's
That
Yeah.
gives her big props as well. She's like consistent throughout the whole trilogy, more or less. Wasn't originally written to be a romance, but there was like big player demand after the first
It's
game.
also
yeah,
really really cute that in the third game her full name is Talisora Vas Normandy.
Ah, yes, she changes her last name to the ship name of yours. Yep.
Yeah.
It probably also helps the good debate aspect that, aside from the intellectual bit, she's wearing a suit. You can imagine whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You're saying imagine whatever you want. You've seen the suit. It doesn't leave much to imagination.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, well, it's a safe bet that the Quarians are very humanoid-ish aliens, kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's true.
Humanish aliens. And a lot
You
of
never
the
know.
other...
You never know. You never know. They might have tentacles down there, but that's about the best bet I
True,
can make.
yeah. Well, a lot of the
Yeah,
other...
I
It's
like-
funny, because a lot of the other characters who mention them, like, who were old and have seen them without their suits, go, oh yeah, they're hot as fuck, bro. Which I thought
Oh,
was funny.
I love that they added that in there, just as good debate.
They're like the space...
got, like-
attractive space elves that wear suits all the time.
Yeah, I'm just imagining whoever came up with that is just gonna be like, yeah, your smart, curious girlfriend is also super hot. Congrats, bro.
Yeah, you've hit the
Congrats,
gold mine, bro. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh man. And then they did the Google Photoshop for her face.
Welcome, you got a fucking welcome to Mass Effect 3, where you can have your robot girlfriend and your nerdy girlfriend at the same time,
Hell yeah, bro.
and have your best
God.
friend Steve.
Mass Effect 4, oh god, I don't even want to think of what they're gonna do with 4. Like, for romances and shit. Like, Jesus.
Oh,
they
yeah,
couldn't
they
even come
actually
close.
announced 4.
They've said, yeah, they're working on it, and there was some announcement trailers, but I
Oh,
don't even know if
God.
it's still gonna get made because of how the 4th Dragon Age
Uh.
flopped, and how Andromeda flopped, and yeah.
Man,
guys,
if they can make another good game, I'd be surprised.
we
Yeah.
got a special request from Theodore. He wants us, if possible, to go for Seed.
Well, we'll do Zeed next.
Ye-
Okay,
Oh.
Zaid.
Sure.
He doesn't
Uh,
want to miss it.
Oh,
High B?
Oh yes, Saeed
I think
Mazari.
he's a high B.
Yeah, fair. Like,
Yeah,
there's-
he's pretty cool.
yeah,
There's not a lot
He's not like
to
quite an
him.
A. He's not an S, but a solid B.
Yeah, like, there honestly isn't that much to his character. But what's there is pretty badass and fun, and then somewhat
Yeah.
interesting.
He's got a badass voice, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just
It's like
Chad mercenary human fighter, even more grizzled and edgy kind of
He-
thing.
Yeah.
he very much falls into that like type of character where it's not that he doesn't have a lot of character to him, it's the fact that he is way too rugged and experienced to ever let you see all the details about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, he's gotten past a lot of the character development, aside from like.
So what you're getting, he's a finished character. You're receiving a
Yes.
finished character, and that is being introduced into the story. There's not a lot of growing you can be a part of there,
Yeah.
which
it's-
means that he's very much in the same kind of slot as, I would say, Shepard often is in the story.
Yeah,
because
it's kind of
the-
like if
at
Shepard.
that point, any development he has is retrospective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of his dialogue is just him recounting old jobs and stories that he went on, his experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if Shepard was a level 12 character in a game, and Saeed was like the level 16 or 18 that joins the party for a bit, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh damn.
Yeah, it's a veteran. You can hear some old war stories. but you don't really get to see too much more of the development necessarily.
He's
Oh,
but he's cool. He's cool.
so
Yeah,
Theodore's
he
got
is.
more stuff. The director of Veilguard is slated to work on the next Baldur's Gate. Interesting.
Ooh.
And Rip Robin Sachs. Yep, indeed, Rip.
Hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, I think he passed away like fairly after the Citadel DLC, so they managed to get him for that at least, which is a blessing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, I think this is Niles. Uh, Niles goes in C somewhere. He's all
Sure.
right. He's very not in the game for long at all, but I did kind of like him when he was in the game. He does he doesn't really do much. He just kind of is like, oh yeah, Shepard, I'm here to evaluate you, blah blah blah. But he does kind of give off the air that he knows a bit more than what's going on, which is interesting. So.
Hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we could put him in D, I guess. But, yeah. He's a bit better
mean-
than Arya, I guess. There we go.
Niall is decent. Like, I kind of like the vibe he gives off in the first mission, but you
Yeah.
don't see too much of him.
Yeah, there wasn't really much they could do with him, so.
Yeah, I feel like if he was stuck around a bit longer, he might have left more of an impression.
All right.
Alright. Asari Lady in Armor. I think this is just some Merc commander.
No
Ooh.
idea.
Yeah.
Big Who,
And finally, here he is.
Oh, yeah,
the
see.
king.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Faye.
Da-da-da-da-da.
An Adrel assassin.
I think he goes in
Have
D
to stop
somewhere.
his son from making his own mistakes.
I think he's
He's-
pretty good.
Yeah.
He's very spiritual. He's very he has a lot of faith,
Mhm.
and he's very soft in his personality, despite being a ruthless assassin who prefers CQC over range combat.
Yeah. He's also
like
like a
he's-
John Wick character.
He's interesting on the surface, but I didn't find him that intriguing. All things considered.
Yeah.
He's not
It-
super intriguing, but I feel he works for the role he had. I will
He
say.
does. He does. He's his entire life has been about killing, and he's very marked by that, but he's not marked by that in a ruthless way. He's used it to become more spiritual instead.
It's been a
He's also a
springboard for him.
family man, which is weird.
Yeah.
That's what I think about.
There's a lot of stuff about his family, about how his wife died and how he met her, and like his son was born. Like he goes through all these because he has like the perfect memory thingy,
He's-
so he can.
He's
you
really
about.
good at keeping his work and his family life separate, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel that's a good thing
He's
to
fine.
emphasize when you're doing an assassin. It's like, yeah, if you gotta have a family, you want to split that life up. Don't
Yeah.
mess it up. Make a mess of it.
Yeah, you could slit in either C or B somewhere. I could put him in C, I guess.
I'm all for it.
I do like
I'm
that
all
his
for
I
having
do
him
like
on
that his
B.
whole I think he should be in B.
Do you think? Yeah. All right. Yeah. That works.
I think his loyalty mission alone, where he asks you for help in stopping his son from following in his footsteps, puts him in B.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's definitely that one for me too. That puts him there.
The Who is
Yeah,
the
big
Thorian creature who gives. a
All
fuck,
right.
Yeah. Oh.
That character, I know who that character is.
The
That's,
Burka Krogan.
That's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eh,
That's a female Krogan shaman.
she's all right. Yeah.
She was like one of the survivors of the experiments to cure the genophage.
Yes.
I remember her.
Because she's like one of the few Krogan females that has a healthier system for giving birth or whatever. So
Yeah.
and yeah, and she does research with Morgan. Other oh yeah, because STG are holding her in a base for some reason. I forgot about that. Yeah, you gotta break her out. She's okay. She has some interesting dialogue with like Morden, you know,
Yeah.
who's a doctor who works in JFA, with Rex, and with Shepard as well a little bit as well.
She's cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Ah, or not Rex.
Oh, Rex.
Rex.
Wait,
I
is
would
that
put
one
it
more
at
of
A.
Grunt?
So
I think we got one more of Grunt too.
I think
Yeah,
this
that's Grunt
is.
too.
No, I think this is a random Krogan you meet, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you up, mate," or whatever, and Rex beats him up or something. So.
Yeah, actually,
No,
I think you're right.
that's like, isn't that Erdont Reeve?
Yeah, it's like one of the
Yeah, I think
rival
you're right.
Krogan clan leaders or some shit.
Sorry, I thought it was Grunt just based on.
I'll put him
It
in
looked a
E,
bit
yeah.
more pixelated. So I thought it was Grunt's distinctive forehead.
I'll put
Oh
him.
no, you've put Rex in Who, and the red guy down there that's Reeve.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, okay.
that's him, right? I'll just put them both
Who's
there.
that?
No
Yeah,
idea.
fuck. Okay.
Right, we'll put Rex.
I thought there
right?
were two Rex.
Yeah, I thought there was two Rexes, but then they mixed up.
I mean, Rex is an A.
Yeah.
It is the A.
Mhm.
Yeah. Erdont Reeve
Don't-
was Rex's brother.
Don't
That's all I know about him.
don't take the renegade option, gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Not there. Not there.
Mm-hmm.
It is if you're not if it is your first time playing the game, it is easy to not do that, like not have enough points to convince them.
Yeah.
But so I wouldn't necessarily blame people out in the first playthrough. But if you know, yeah, well, why would you kill him? There's no real
I mean,
reason
Yeah.
it can happen by accident, but that's
Yeah.
why you reload people.
to.
Don't let him lie. It's not
No,
right.
Rex is awesome.
It's also fucking Ashley that kills them out of all the people.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fucking. But yeah, Rex is awesome. It's cool. It's cool that it's also really fucking funny that Rex is such a Chad that every single woman wants to fuck him of his species.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is hilarious. He exudes such toxic masculinity. Everyone loves it.
That is actually probably one of Ashley's most offensive moments. Is if she does. Do
If she
that.
kills, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she says something too. I think
I need to
about like he's
see it,
better
yeah.
off dead or something. That one kind of gives me the chills.
Yeah. Well, she knows Krogans can regen, so yeah,
Yeah.
just making sure he dies. But Rex is pretty cool. He's kind of similar to Zaid actually, but just a bit better, like a +1 over Zaid, honestly. He's got a
Yeah.
little bit more cultural history and other stuff he shares
Yeah.
with you, and personal family
But Rex
stuff.
also has a bit more room for development because he's got, well, the
Well-
inherent Krogan issues.
And also, it's interesting that he starts out as a mercenary, and then by the end, he's like a warlord leader for his people, which is kind of a cool
Yeah,
little character development.
he becomes like a actual leader for his people.
Yeah.
That's definitely very interesting.
Oh,
We're nearly
sorry.
done.
That one of that GIF that's in the Who section.
Yeah.
I remember now. That's GIF 6, the replacement for Legion.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
there's a random gap.
There's a
if Legion
replacement for
dies,
Legion?
there's a random gap that replaces.
Yeah. If Legion dies during the suicide mission, then GIF 6 replaces him.
Gef 6. That's an amazing name, Gef 6.
Fucking
What's that?
F6? I never
Yes.
knew this character.
That's hilarious.
He's slightly different from Legion, but physically identical.
Oh, they were like, oh, we have to give you the same N7 shoulder pad that we're gonna find on a scrap market somewhere to make you fit the
Yeah.
aesthetic and the brand, bro. the other gaff spent ages searching for an N7 shoulder pad. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, a random doggy thing. It goes in Who, because it's not a character. And guys, you ready for the last character in Mass Effect?
I don't know who that is. Who is
That
it?
is the guy that tries to kill you in the beginning of Mass Effect 2 when you wake up.
He goes in S tier.
He is
He's
the
Chad.
medical technician. You're the random ass
Yeah.
medical technician who betrays you for money or something.
He tried to kill fucking Commander Shepard. He deserves that S tier.
Yeah,
I
just the
mean,
back of
yeah,
there.
it's well deserved.
He's kind of in the
the fact that he
Jenkins
had-
and the reporter meme territory because of how weird and stupid it is. That beginning.
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta have really big balls. to
Oh yeah,
try
it's
that.
kill a living legend. I know. It's
Even at the very it doesn't really matter how little he matters. It's fucking the fact that he tried to kill Commander Shepard, because even at the beginning of the trilogy, Commander Shepard is a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny.
Mm.
and
really
big
funny.
ass fucking balls.
Well, gentlemen, I think that's it. That's the tier list.
That was the tier list.
Yeah, I think we
Alright.
did pretty well, honestly. The interesting thing is we didn't just do the usual thing of give all the Mass Effect 1 characters, like, squad mates the top spot. We kind of spaced everything out a little bit.
Well, not all the basic characters for Mass Effect 1 are that good.
Yeah.
Squad
Yeah.
mates.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Like, there's definitely a lot of varying degrees of like quality.
Like, I can agree
each
that Garrus is a fantastic character. I can agree that
Yeah.
Tali is a fantastic character. But for Mass Effect 1, that's the only ones that I would put up as just genuinely fantastic characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rex is toxic masculinity personified with all of its flaws and benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's especially with flaws. I kind of like. It doesn't like make him as much of a bro, or
Mhm.
as much of a interesting character to talk with as Tali. It does bring some interesting like character moments, but you'll probably butt heads with them.
Oh yeah.
It's funny that
Garrus
Conrad.
and Tali are definitely on very nebulous level. Reach.
Yeah. I think
apart from
Garrus
Legion.
and Tali are easily probably the
Mordin.
most beloved characters in the Mass Effect trilogy, I think.
Probably.
They're
Yeah.
always on
I
people's
mean-
top lists, those two.
Morden and Legion, they deserve their spots. Definitely.
Yeah.
One
It's
of the
weird.
best characters.
It's weird that Conrad and Chokwas are better than Joker. That's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Kind of feel bad.
I mean, like Jeffy Boy Joker. He's funny. He's got good qualities, but ultimately, like, he's the pilot guy
Yeah.
who has a fling with the robot.
It is kind of a living meme itself, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a nice living meme.
Yeah.
That is going to be consistent for every game. Joker. God damn it, man. You're alone in the Normandy. What are you doing?
Bro.
Put your pants on.
Well-
Anyway, so that was fun. It was fun going through the characters of my favorite porn game.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We may. I'm glad the stream worked, so we can have everything ready when we pick up Black Crusade game again.
hell yeah.
We may do another Mass Effect stream
My
one day.
second favorite porn game.
Yeah, there you go. We may do another Mass Effect stream one day. Not sure. Probably just talk about the story in general because there's some interesting takes we could have about that. I think the second game is the worst story overall, but that's a really hot take to have.
Oh, hot
Uh,
take. Okay.
At least in main plot.
The
like,
third game isn't that bad of a story. It's just the ending is dog shit.
the ending and the beginning of Mass
Yeah.
Effect 3 are absolute dog shit. Like the
I mean,
bookends
that's
of
the
it.
thing. Those definitely drag it down.
Yeah.
There's a very big discrepancy there.
I also don't
Compared
really
to the
like
rest.
the combat in Mass Effect 2. I think it's probably the weakest out of the three, but it has some pretty fun
Not
side
one.
missions and areas to explore, so that holds
I'm
up.
surprised you think 2 is worse than 1 on the combat.
Yeah, that is a very hot take, but there's a few people that have I've seen around. Mostly because it's just
Yeah,
less
that's
of an
fair.
RPG and just more of a cover Gears of War shooter with abilities, basically.
Yeah.
Now, I think we have some good debates in store for another Mass
Yes,
Effect episode.
indeed.
Maybe.
Definitely. Quite a
Thank-
few hot takes.
Indeed. Thank you much for watching, everyone. We'll see you all again soon. Have a good one.
See you for Black Crusade, where I play a drug addled insane cat girl.
See you.